What's up, slackers? We're finally back. Oh, this is driving me nuts. Driving me nuts. Can you hear me? Can you hear the music? What's going on? 40 seconds late. Technically, I'm what, an hour late? Or maybe 40 or 55 minutes late? Oh, man. Yes, I am always on time. If you got, man, you guys complain. Linus always takes like an hour ago. All right, so we're live. Second time's always a charm, I guess. Yeah, so I mistakenly didn't realize that we had a rainstorm out yonder or whatever. But basically, the storm just took out the internet. That's what I was kind of trying to play around with. I was dropping about 50% frames. So, yeah. I'm actually glad that I actually killed the stream, because what happened was maybe like about 5 minutes after I killed the stream, all of a sudden I lost all power. Yeah, it wouldn't have been good. It would have messed up the bench. So I guess everything happens for a reason, right? So I guess I can't complain too much. All I want to do is get my bench on, because I am slacking today. So what's going on, slackers? Oh, man. I feel exhausted. How's sound? How's the music? How's everything? Oh, and I did say the time zone. The time zone is EST. Florida time, slackers. Yeah, I don't know what it is lately, but we've actually lost power a couple times since I've been here. So, did I shave? What do you mean, did I shave? Yeah, I shaved my hair. All right. Bro, that's Odin on there. What are you guys doing? Anyways, so what's going on? I actually just got, someone sent me a note, I don't know if you guys know, but supposedly NVIDIA canceled the 3070 and also canceled the 3080 20 gig. Isn't that crazy? I think that kind of sucks, but anyways, man, I feel like all my mojo is off today because of this whole damn storm, but what are you gonna do? It's all good. Oh, I'm just ready to bench already. So let's, Joe is a metrosexual. Sure. All right, let me go over here. Oh, don't mind me, guys. I'm just exhausted. And Florida kind of sucks around this season. This is why I haven't streamed so much, because I was losing power a lot. Just having random issues like this. So, Danny, then $10. Thanks, brother. Fight any gators lately? No, because I've been hibernating and inside my cave, just benching a lot. We got this baby on here. We're only going to be doing single card today. This is probably going to be the last time that I bench this card until I volt mod it. So, and that's going to be actually some good video content, because I'm not going to be able to stream modding it, because it takes a lot of time, a lot of boring stuff, a lot of good stuff. So, but yeah, is the 20 gig outright? So from what I've heard, this is breaking news or whatever, is that the 3080 20 gig is canceled, from what I've heard. I don't know if it's delayed, but that's pretty much said it's canceled. And also with the 3070. So, I don't know, man. So, I have no idea. So anyway, Florida without a generator. I actually have a generator, but I have one of the small ones, and trying to hook that up, man, it'd be a pain in the ass. Oh, Felix, thanks for the $20. Hail to the real OC God. Yeah, buddy. Woo-hoo-hoo. All right, I want to get my bench on, because I'm dying here. Oh, yeah, we're going to be underwater in 10 years, and I'll just use my boat. And I'll be overclocking on the boat all day long. Weren't both still rumors? I think they said something about 3070. Who knows? They probably didn't have enough yield, or especially with this whole thing going on, they probably just didn't have enough silicone to go around. So, I don't know. I'm actually surprised. I know a lot of people were basically trying to go for, I know there was people waiting right now to go for the 3080 20 gig, but that looks like it's gone now too, which is highly disappointing. Chef, 20 bucks. Been learning a lot watching you here and on Gamers Nexus. Thanks, broski. Yeah, I gotta get up to Gamers Nexus soon to do something cool. I don't know. Maybe when we figure out the voltage mods for this, maybe we'll go up there and help out Steve. Maybe go against Jay or something. I don't know. Because I figure I'd do the volt mods for those guys and then show them how to do it somehow. So, I don't know. You'll be a real Viking when you're on your boat. Isn't that the truth? Maybe they delayed it because of supply issues. That's what I'm thinking. I think with all this stuff going on, man, they've been selling out for everything. Shane, what's going on, broski? Peter, no SLI run. We are going to be doing single card only. I usually like to get single running before I do any dual. But let's just say I have another card here. So we're going to be playing a lot of fun. A lot of fun. We're going to be playing SLI so we can beat all these noobs like BPS Customs. Pots arrived Friday and my shook. No way, broski. You guys got to try Ellen 2 first before you get into it. You got to crawl before you walk, if you know what I'm saying. All right, got to go for 30K. I think 30K on liquid nitrogen should be pretty easy, actually. One of the biggest issues that I don't know if you guys know, so benching these cards on liquid nitrogen, one of the biggest problems we have is the mount. So Kingpin released brackets, but he only released them for the icon. So I just happen to have one icon, but I don't have a second icon. But I do have some of the old Kingpin Tech 9 fatties that I pretty much use all the time. And what I'm going to end up doing is modding that and just putting a new bracket on. So that's going to be interesting for you, BPS, because I don't know. I know you got the Bits Power pots. You're going to have to try to finagle how to mount them. I don't know. The mounting brackets are kind of screwy. So hopefully you get it. But who knows? You've made more in 6 minutes of your stream than I do in 2-3 months of your content. Oh, Gadget Joe, man. I like your shed, bro. Hey, go check out Gadget Joe. Great dude. He's building a shed in his backyard. He's going to do a bunch of computer stuff in it. It's just taking him a little while, which is good, man. Gotta love Gadget Joe. Make sure you like and subscribe over to him, too. And make sure you guys are liking right now, because I only see about 50 likes, and we have a lot more people than that. Let's see, BPS Customs, icon pots sold out everywhere. Yeah, they don't have them. So from what Vince told me, is that basically he's releasing a new pot. So it's supposed to be smaller. One of the issues that you have with SLI, I mean, with the 4 slot, I don't think it's too bad. But you got to watch out for the bridge. The bridge is kind of a pain in the ass on this gen. Where is it? If you look, I got one of those too. So, I don't know. We're going to have some fun. We'll probably do some liquid nitrogen. I got a full tank in the garage, so I want to get SLI down pat, though. So I think this is going to be the last run before we rip apart the card and start doing voltage modding, because I want to do some good stuff. Right now, we don't have voltage, so that's one of the reasons why Kingpin is probably wrecking us right now, because he's got unlocked memory voltage, unlocked PLL voltage, unlocked GPU voltage, and I have none of that. I do have an unlocked BIOS, but that's it. All I am is basically going cold, and that's it. I've worked on my efficiency all the time, so. But anyways, I think I missed somebody. Let's see. Let's go over here. Dale Johnson, $5. Hey, Dudski, new viewer from over here at Steve's channel. Just getting started doing YouTube soon. Any advice for another bearded nerd getting into it? Just keep growing the beard. Yeah, just do content. That's what I struggle with every day, because I got a real job too, which kind of sucks. But one day I'm not gonna have to do my real job. So, Joseph Valente, $5. Thanks, broski. Yes, I have a runaway camera, so it's on a slider. It gives it a little bit of interesting, I don't know, a better view. Just gives a bunch of different stuff. So, Kingpin is cheating. He is cheating because he's got all voltage and stuff. No. So I don't know. I've seen a lot of chats and stuff about, oh, he's #1, and that's completely cool. But I don't really see that as a #1 score. I kind of feel like that is, I don't know, something to like try to achieve. He's like putting up the base score, That's kind of what I was doing with when all the guys were doing the RIP series, is I try to put my base score. If you can beat my score, then you're doing a good job. You got your efficiency on point. Now, that's kind of how Kingpin is. So, like, when he puts his scores up there, it gives me more reason to try to beat him. And the funny part is, he's not unbeatable by any means, but he is showing off how badass the Kingpin's gonna be. Which is all the time, pretty much every release, the Kingpin's badass. So, I don't know. I'm excited. I'm going to get a Kingpin and play with it too. But in the meantime now, we're playing with this card. No one's really ever taken the For the Win 3s or any of For the Wins to like really an extreme level. So this is pretty much going to be the first time. So, but anyways, 110. EVC2 from Elmore gives you goods on Asus cards. Actually, Keep, what's going on, broski? Yeah, so the EVC2 is good if you have a digital card. Now, you can't really use the EVC on this card because it's all analog. So what we're going to end up having to do with this card is we're going to have to use what's called a trim pot. Basically a variable resistor. I have to solder the points. I'm going to have to remove a bunch of stuff. That is something I'm just going to have to, I don't know, I'm just going to have to deal with. So we're not going to do that on stream, but we are going to do that probably Thursday or Friday. I think Friday is probably going to be the day that we're going to do some volt modding, testing, and hopefully I don't kill the card because this card is pretty badass so far. But anyways, I don't know. You guys ready to get started? Because I've been dying to bench this card. I figured out I had some efficiency issues where I was able to score about 100 more points. So I don't think you guys know my highest score yet. Let's just say it will be around 17,000. So, and if you're new here, we got some, we have a Patreon that we usually do. And over in the Patreon, we like to throw some contests. So I've been trying to dig around and get some good contests. So we have a contest going on in Patreon. In my Patreon, you get access to a Discord. In that Discord, we have a contest going on right now. So I've been doing these contests for about a week and a half now. It's kind of like a guess your score. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually release my highest score that I got the other day because I told those guys whoever guessed the closest will get a 1070. So I haven't given away the other 1070 that I was going to. Keep Hating actually was one of the guys that actually won the 1070, so I gotta send that to him. So, but yeah, so my highest score so far, since all of you guys have been like wondering, is actually 16,903. So whoever was closest to that wins the 1070 from Patreon in the Discord group. So now that we got that out of the way, let's get into it, huh? I'm dying. I've been wanting to bench the whole time. It's driving me nuts. Mustangs by Matt, $5. There are worse problems than dirty power. There's so many things I could say to that, really. Oh, thank you, Matt. We gotta love Mustangs too, broski. All right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna put some paper towels down. I already got Vaseline in the slot. That way, if we got any condensation build up there. I've added a couple things into this, to my little lair here. We got finally a dehumidifier. Every single time that I've benched in here, I've had a lot of issues with condensation. In Florida, you can actually see down here that basically this is the humidity. So it's at 40%. Usually it's about 60% in here. Keep hating. And yeah, you win again this time. So you get a 1070. Did you? I don't think you got the other one, though. Anyways. But, yeah. So we're going to start loading up. I want to get to benching because I've been dying since I've found that extra 100 points. So I'm thinking we can do 1,700. Now, you guys got to understand, you guys may be like, well, that's not close to Kingpin. Well, Kingpin has voltage control. I don't have voltage control yet. So, and I also want memory control, too. So, and, oh, yeah, if you go over, nobody wins. So we're going to have to do probably a guess the score again. Yeah, to be honest, I don't think it's going to be possible to break he's at 17,500 right now. Maybe at 17,100 I think is possible without stock voltage. But on this card, I don't see 17,500 being being on point right now. So I think with voltage, one of my biggest issues right now is I can't really go too cold. Now, if I add more voltage, so basically, if I turn up the voltage, it actually helps a lot with the pot and keeping the paste warm. So that means you can basically go colder and colder and colder. I can't really do that right now. As soon as I go past about minus 120 C, it basically keeps, I don't know, the paste keeps cracking and cracking. So I'm going to hold it probably to 120 C right now, or minus 120 C. But we might actually be able to do a little bit better than that. So I don't know. Let's see. Because one of the things that I found was the driver that I was using before, it was not as good. So they released about 3 drivers. I don't know. I haven't checked today. They might have released one today. But I was on the second driver. I went actually back to the first driver, and I actually scored 100 points before. So, yeah, but Mad, you're over. Slacker. All right, so here we go. So we got the 3090, the For the Win 3, right? This is a bad card. The GPU on this is pretty much top notch. So I got lucky for my first card. My other card's not as good. It does amazing memory right now. This is a Kingpin Cooling icon. It's got the new bracket for Ampere because it's completely changed. So you're going to have to get all new water blocks and stuff like that. Oh, OG10K, 49.90. Thanks, broski. Help an old guy. Send a link to the unlocked BIOS. Want to stay in the top 5. Got to. Oh, man, I can't really send out the BIOS. I know I keep on telling everybody. Everybody keeps asking me. I'm not allowed to give out the BIOS. But that doesn't mean you can't power mod it. Power mod's probably the easiest way to go. To be honest, I think right now with the power mod, I'm going to do the power mod on this. I don't like it doing anything in the BIOS whatsoever. I usually like to hard mod it anyway. So this card's going to be hard modded on Friday. We're going to try to do the memory volts. We're going to try to do, what's it called? GPU volts, probably PLL, and basically we're going to do all the shunts. So we're going to see how that goes. And from there, I'm not really sure because I've been using the BIOS. This was just to initially test. But we're going to go hardcore because I feel like we're going to need a little bit more than that. So, but yeah, like I'm not allowed. I keep telling, but everybody's asking me for the BIOS. And I hate saying it, but it's not much I can do. I'm not allowed. It's just what it is. I know, it sucks. To be honest, they should give you a BIOS that's unlocked for how much you pay for these cards. Just saying. I know, I was, if you look, they have the 450 watt one that EVGA released. That's probably a good BIOS to try first, and maybe with a little bit of a power mod, you can get it working. Yeah, shell mods are very, very, shell mods are very good. It doesn't matter if the XOC BIOS is no limit. Usually you still have to hard mod. You'd be surprised for all the different generations, I've always hard modded my cards. It doesn't matter what it is. So the BIOS is kind of I'm not so sure. So just to speak note of that, I got some shunts right here, or the shunt resistors. I found actually a good site on eBay for these that they came within like 3-4 days. So I'll have to link it up on the community, and on my community on YouTube, and that way you guys can get them yourselves if you want to try this. But I think I'm going to put it all in one video so you guys see all the volt mods and everything. Or I might just do one at a time. I don't know. It depends. I haven't really thought of it. I just wanted a bench. All right. I can't keep up with you guys. You guys are killing me a little bit. I love it, but you guys are killing me. All right. What do we got here? So I don't want to... let's see. We got Geo Neves. I got my 3090 today for $19.98. I got an auto notified too. That's how I got the second one. Awesome, broski. That's pretty cool. Billy Burridge, $5. Why don't you guys OC using Linux instead of Windows? Aren't there some lighter distros than Windows? That brings up a very good point. I would bench Linux if I could, but the thing is I can't. all the verification and all the bench programs are basically not, they aren't able to run on Linux. So that's a problem. One of the, if you were on HWBot, one of the biggest issues that you have there, which would be awesome for CPU benchmarks running Linux, because obviously it's a lot lighter, but you can't because CPU-Z doesn't work underneath Linux. That's pretty much the major issue. Obviously, Futuremark and stuff can't be run also because it only runs on Windows and DirectX. So, I don't know. That's pretty much why. So, I don't know anything about Florida this time of year. UPS, what? Super Chat doesn't like? Hey, I'm not even talking to you, Sheriff. Andreas. Oh, Matthew Lang, get some tater tots. Have a great stream, Joe. I've seen you a few times with GN. Yeah, I need to go up and see my buddy Steve, because I feel like he's slacking. He needs to get some more scores out. I feel like Jay's kind of in the lead, broski. What are you doing? You gotta have that, you gotta slam him down. You gotta beat him. Anyways, so let's just start up with kind of what hardware we're using right here. So we got the Asus Maximus, what is that, 7 now? Maximus 7 Apex. Great board. It's a 2-DIMM board. Why is it a 2-DIMM board? Because it's a better memory clocker, right? The other thing is we have an Optimus CPU block. Right now they're one of my favorite ones. I have the EK blocks that I just got from them. So I want to do a performance comparison. I just haven't yet. So we're gonna end up trying something like that. This Optimus, I forget the name of the block, but it's their one that's brass and it's heavy. Man, you could hurt somebody with this. Joseph, J2 was able to get high numbers in SLI, but does not seem to be able to play ball with single cards. Why do you think that is? It's because he's spending actually, I talked to Jay. He's just spending most of his time doing SLI. So I think he's going to end up going and doing single now. I was trying to entice him maybe by doing mods or something. So what I want to do is I want to try to release the mod for this card. So that way they can all do it. And I want to see who actually has the balls enough to actually solder their cards. It looks like Steve does. Let's see if we can get Jay to do it too. I don't even know what to think about that. Whatever comes to mind is a booty fart. Anyways, Apex 12, not a 7. Man, you're right. It is 12. I don't know. It's hard to keep up with Asus and their Maximus versions. Just say Z490, you know? They drive me nuts with that. But anyways, yeah. So we have, what else do we have here? Memory. Obviously, we're my G-Skill Trident Royal Zs. We're doing 2 8-gig sticks. I haven't tried the 16-gig sticks. That's something that I probably want to do a little bit later. Let's see, what else? We have the 10900K. I got this one as part of the 10900K release, so it's a pretty decent chip. We're running it at about 5.3 now. We're just doing XMP on the memory. Remember, Port Royal is a GPU benchmark. What that means is that it's all biased to GPU. So it doesn't matter really the CPU you have. It helps just like very, very tiny bit. It's basically GPU biased, right? So GPU biased means it's all GPU scores. So all of the score is just going to be GPU. Because I keep on hearing people talk about the 4790K up in the standings. It's driving me nuts because it doesn't matter. That's right. Does not matter. Keep hating. Joe, you want to do 2x16? Yes, but I'm only doing single card right now. So I'm going to do this setup because I can do 1x16 on here. But when you go into dual cards, you're going to want something that can run 16x by 2. So the only way you can do this, you're going to have to step up from this platform and go to something like X299. Or we can go to the big box. So I think I might go to X299. I might break out the dark, or I might do the OC formula. I haven't decided yet. So, all right. Let me see. What else? Oh, the power supplies. Because, to be honest, it's very important. I'm using, basically, the AX1600 that I got from John Garreau. John Garreau is basically also known as Johnny Guru. He works for Corsair. He's a really good dude, and I also trust him. I had this one. Actually, this was the first 1600 that Corsair released. This is like the beta edition. that I'm proud enough to be able to get. So that one's going to be on the CPU and the motherboard, and then we're going to do another power supply, which is the Corsair Elite AX1500i. This is, again, a special power supply that was given to a bunch of Elite overclockers some years ago. So, but this one has like a firmware flash, so it doesn't have OCP on the 12-volt rails. So, but yeah, let's get started a little bit more, because I'm jonesing. I want to see if I can hit that 17K barrier. Like, I'm really dying for it. I was kind of pissed that I actually found out that I was using the wrong driver. Usually when we're benching, we go through every single driver, and I was slacking. What can I say? So, and I've learned 4790K is not Haswell. Yes, 4790K was a little thing called Devil's Canyon. It was a lot like Haswell, but it was different. One of the biggest problems with the 4790 was that it overclocked for shit. So basically, not like on air. Basically what happened is they replaced the paste with a different type of paste on the 4790K. But they also did something where it wasn't able to beat on liquid nitrogen. They were kind of epic fail on liquid nitrogen. That's why you didn't see a lot of records on the 4790K. I actually had a really badass 4790K, but as soon as you went cold, it had all sorts of weird cold bugs and stuff. So it wasn't able to be beneficial to do anything in the standings or anything like that. So, which was kind of lame, because I was so excited to get a good chip, then it just basically went to shit. I think as someone said about it, is my Corsair CX600 PSU holding me back? If you have a 3090, for sure. So, which card? So this card, this is the EVGA for the Win 3 3090. Right now it's got an OC BIOS on it that's giving me maximum power. Again, like I said before, I'm going to mod it, so you're going to end up seeing on the 90. 2070 Super should be fine, broski. Alright, so we got one fan on here. Now, if you're ever going to do GPU overclocking, especially in liquid nitrogen, always have a fan on here. Always. I don't care what anybody says. Just put a damn fan in there. It says, Bearded Hardware, why did Kingpin use the 3175 instead of the 10980? Probably because he wanted to set up for other benchmarks. A lot of the other benchmarks, like Time Spy Extreme, are probably a little bit better. So, that's the only reason why. I should have asked him. I don't know. I was talking to him a little bit last night. So, let's see. Trying to see and get a feel of how the KP is. Which I think should be pretty damn good. Like usual, you know. Alright, so we're going to put a fan on the other side. Since they got this, like, split fan design, it's kind of a pain in the ass, because you get this weird area over here. So I'm just using rubber bands and shit to get everything going. Put that right there. Just want something... That's big enough. I just want something to just put a little bit of air over. I'm not really concerned about how much, like, putting crazy air on it. Sucks having big hands. Alright. Now, usually what I do is when I'm going to bench, I always have a second power supply. And I never double up on a single cable. I always use single cables for each one. You can... Now, if you're using it on the daily system, it's pretty fine. But on an OC system, when you're going for max performance, we want to make sure that it's all good. Let me see. That should be fine. Let me move this out of the way. Put that there. Want you guys to be able to see temp and stuff. Okay, that's good. Oh, yeah. We need to plug this puppy in. All right. Let's see. What else do we have? I think everything else is pretty good. Let's see. Heavy breathing is heating up the pot. Huh? How about that? All right, so when you're going to use dual power supplies, most people get intimidated about doing that, but I've been running 2 power supplies for single card, man, forever. I mean, I can remember at least doing the 290X with a single power supply, or 2 power supplies, but whatever. But when you have 2 power supplies, you have to boot up the graphic card, so you have to bring up the graphic card power supply first, so we're going to do that. So that way this is all powered up, and then what we're going to do is then we trigger the normal system. So you see that this is pretty much running a little bit. Now I'm just going to hit start and go right to it, right? So let's make sure we can boot. I'm going to have to change views. Let's see, what do we got here? All right, yes, 17K or bust. Hopefully not bust, but I want 17K. I'm like dying for 17K, man. It's been driving me nuts. You know what they say about big hands, it's easier to bruise your knuckles. That's why I don't work on cars. Because when you have mitts like this, all you do is bruise them knuckles. All right. Let's make sure. I did a couple SLI runs just for the hell of it. Just basically stock, nothing crazy. So, but that means probably the driver needs to be reinstalled. So let's see. Oh, let's just reboot real quick. That's what happens when you go from SLI over. I hate your rotating camera. Well, that's too bad for your... I hate cabbage. Come on, it barely moves. So we're using basically the first driver that NVIDIA came out with. The second one was it's garbage. All right. What's going on here? Am I missing something? Whatever comes to mind. I stopped brushing my teeth, so now my mask stinks. What is with this dude? You crack me up, so you can keep doing. I'll let you keep doing it, but it's pretty funny. This isn't how this works. I know we have some weird issue going on right now. That seems to be the message of the day. Let's try this. Let's just go uninstall the driver. Programs. Of course we're going to have issues because that's just how this damn day is. So, oh, actually, maybe that's the issue. So on this card, there's basically now, so there's two BIOS. There's a dual BIOS switch. So I have it in the OC BIOS switch. I'm not sure if it really makes a difference, but see, we got all power connected. What else? All right, let's try. We got to play around a little bit. Doesn't matter. Just trying to explain why the card is $17.99, not $14.99. So the difference of why this Windows has stopped the card because it knows you're going to abuse the high score. It's probably true. I don't know why we're arguing on here. That shit don't fly with me. I kick you out. Just saying. No, I'm not going to use DDU. Personally, I've been using my setup for years now, so. Alright, so let's see. We got a bunch of software. Dun, 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 dun. Let's see if we do install a new driver. So it was working, and then I pulled both cards, so. It might be, the mount might be too tight too. Sometimes that happens. Can you flash the BIOS on a regular card? Sometimes you can, sometimes you can't. So I can't really tell you if you can or not. So it really depends on the card you're running. We're not going to install GeForce Experience. All jokes aside, I'm still on Devil's Canyon, but I want to purchase a 3070. Should I get it? Well, number one, you're screwed on the 3070 because you're not going to be able to do it anymore. The 3070s were canceled, just for sure. From what I've just heard. Ladies more like it. Aye. It's always when you're excited about something when basically it goes to crap, right? Good night. How's it going? It's going good, but we're having some weird technical issues at the moment. I don't know if it's because I had SLI, and I haven't really played with SLI, so I really played with it for like 2 minutes. I just did a run, scored like 28K real quick, and then turned it off. All right, looks like we're kosher again. Woohoo! I don't know. I guess SLI, when you go from SLI to regular, it didn't like things. So it looks like we're back. Every time I do a driver install, I always basically restart. That way I just don't run into issues. So 3070s are out of stock before they're even released. Actually, that's pretty interesting you say that. So they were out of stock, but now they're canceled. So I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm wondering how this plays out, because I know a lot of people were waiting for the 3080 20 gig. I could see canceling that, but the 3070, I figured, I don't know. Oh, the double the ones. That's what it is. So the 16 gig version of the 3070 is what? Ah, okay. Thanks, brother. I like it. Look. Okay, so we're going to do some finagling here a little bit. So we're going to turn some stuff off. This is where you're going to score a good amount of points and stuff. So we're going to go in here, turn this stuff off. There's no reason to have it running, right? I usually just stick this to the first one. The real key here is prefer maximum performance. We're going to do highest available refresh rate. And then the next one I pretty much do is go to high performance, change from quality. So that should be pretty good. What's our temp over here? 37 degrees. All right. All right, so that part's set. And then we're going to install, let's see. Interesting. It looks like everything was hosed compared to last time. Chase Jones, what's up, broski? All right, so it looks like we're all good. We got the driver in. I basically made some performance tunes on the driver settings, and make sure you smash that like button. And if you're new here, make sure you subscribe to check out a bunch of cool stuff. Yes, I thrive off likes. The more likes you give me, the better I feel. I'll be able to sleep at night. Oh, let's see. Why are we having some issues here? I swear, every time I want to go show you guys stuff. Oh, well, we don't really need that. Actually, we might. So that power miser thing, what I'm trying to do with that is to lock the clocks a little bit. So instead of being, oh, okay, never mind. It's pretty much there anyway. I just want to keep it at 1800. I don't want to have it go underneath that. Uh-oh, we're getting a little hot on this card. So we got to get some liquid nitrogen going. I have the light. What's cool about the For the Win 3 is they have a light on the back. When the PCB is getting too hot, it changes colors. I have it set for the, it's pretty cool. I love it. All right, let's get some juice. Don't try this at home unless you want to have a lot of fun. I highly recommend getting into liquid nitrogen. It's one of my favorite things to do. It's almost like bench therapy for me. Everything that, I don't know, I just love to do it. Let's just say I've poured thousands and thousands of liters of liquid nitrogen. OC10K, I really appreciate you doing this live. Others are afraid of us noobs taking their spot. Well, I'm sure you got a bunch of the RIP series watching right now, seeing what they're going to do. The card is not modded yet. This is, basically I have no voltage control yet, which I'm going to be working on Friday. I was pretty much trying to decipher the mod and make sure that I can actually do it before I actually go and try to attempt it. And plus I wanted to bench it a little bit first. So this is basically with the XOC BIOS, which gives me unlimited power. And that's pretty much it. So we obviously have the container, the mount. Just even getting that was a pain in the ass. So even when we go SLI, I'm going to have to mod a pot to get it working too. So Clearland, $5. Found out about you through GN stream, and I love your style. Thanks, broski. I love you too. Thanks for the great content, and keep cranking the frequency. I like your style too, broski. All right. Pour some juice. We're getting a little toasty. All right. Let's get her cold. How's the view? How's the music? Everything doing well? If only Jacob would sell us a 3090. If I grow my beard like you, would I be as good as you? Hello. Probably not. But I highly recommend that you try to be as good as me. Nah, it's all fun. I tell everybody, if you're not having fun, then you're doing it wrong. It's pretty much how it is. Do you think a memory bus of 256-bit is HBM? I don't even know what that means, Paul. You charge $1 per liter if you pay in cash. Hey, I might do things for liquid nitrogen. Oh, it's nice and cool now. The thing is, so I ended up getting a dehumidifier, right? So the problem with a dehumidifier is it actually increases the heat in the room. So it's kind of like a twofold. So we get less condensation, less water in the air, but it also heats up the air. So it kind of sucks. Looks and sounds good. Music is awesome. Much better than GN. Ooh, don't tell Steve. Yeah, if you guys want to know what the music is, it's Epidemic Sound. So I'm allowed to basically stream that music. I have a pretty extensive list of music that I like, but I can't play it for you guys because then I get demonetized, which is a bunch of crap. What are you gonna do? Silver, I love your videos. I love you too, broski. I love Silver. All right, so what we're doing right now is we're just going to get it cold. We're going to go to around minus 70. And I'll show you why. What can you get the most out of 6700K at ambient? I think some of the best chips were like 5.2, 5.3. It depends on the style of chip with low voltage. Wish I could LN2 my pillow at night. For real, right? Boy, come on, you think... Hey, it's hard damn work making overclocking look this good. All right, so where are we at? See, what's cool, if you notice on the screen, basically you see that minus 42 GPU temperature? That's actually a huge benefit. That's actually from the KP cards. That was on the 980, I think that first came out on the 980 Ti when they started putting that sensor there. That helps me to know that we basically have a good mount. So that means the pot, between the pot and the die, we have paste. Sometimes that will freeze. So knowing that that's at minus 42, if you have a bad mount, that it will basically not show there as well. Basically, you'll see it get a little bit hotter, you know? So far, so good. Jim Hurley, 20 bucks. What's going on, broski? Thanks for the informative content and making overclockers feel like we are part of a friendly, fun, and competitive group of enthusiasts. Man, I don't know if I can say that good again. Oh, have you overclocked the 10600K? Actually, I have not. I should, though. It'd be kind of interesting. I don't know. It's just trying to find time, guys. It's kind of tough when you got a full-time job, you got a 4-month baby, and trying to do all this lovely stuff. And to be honest, I like GPU stuff a lot better than CPU stuff. Don't tell Intel or AMD that, but that's just basically how it is. Hold on, let me heat this up. So the reason, I don't know if this torch is kind of messing, if you guys can hear me. Let me just do this real quick. Can't believe I went through a tank already. I'll tell you guys in a second on why I'm doing this. Be like, aren't you supposed to get it cold? So one of the reasons I basically just torched the pot, right? When you torch the pot at around minus 70, what it does is it allows the liquid nitrogen to soak into the pot easier. So now when I pour liquid nitrogen, it should get colder quicker. Would you OC AMD EPIC? I wish if I had EPIC. I'm definitely going to OC Zen 3. Ah, how's the kiddo? He's getting cuter and cuter by the day. They grow so damn quick. I already have a couple kids already as it is, but yeah, the torch, I think that torch is pretty much low. I don't know, it's usually louder. Maybe, oh, that's why, because I'm using the wrong torch head. This torch head sucks compared to my other one. All right, so we're at minus 80. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go right to about minus 100, right? Audio is good now, huh? Man, I spent like a whole day just trying to get that audio correct. I somehow it got messed up. I have no idea. That's how streaming goes, man. All right, so we're going to be at minus 100. I think we're going to go right for it. So my base, so I usually always set a base, right? So my base is plus 150. So this GPU, when you start getting cold, goes around to about 2100. So plus 150 equals 2250. It basically, GPU boost, when you start going colder, the plus 150 means a different thing. Your clocks technically change because GPU boost tells you, right? So this card is actually really good too. Can do 1300 memory. What we're going to do here is I'm going to set it right to 300. So this should technically, not 3000. This should be 2400. Oops. Sometimes precision doesn't play nice, so. Alright, so we should be at around 2400. We still at 100? Yeah. See, it's much easier now because I torched the pot. It's easier for me to be able to control the temp more. If the other noob tubers are basically trying to figure out how to use liquid nitrogen, this is a pro tip that you should be writing down right now. Torch your pot so that way you can play with it. Boost lock? Yeah. The problem is boost lock doesn't seem to work with this card for some reason. So, all right, let's see what we're at. We're gonna kick off and run the render test. Alright, we're just gonna kick off and do a run. We're gonna do a 2400 run. You should get similar result with continuous fine mist of water as well, but if you use a torch, it's more consistent. Well, the torch will actually put a little bit of water in there. You don't want too much water in there. Like, you have to be very careful. Because the more and more you go, and it also depends on the pot, but the more water there is going to basically cause issues with the liquid nitrogen trying to go into the pot. So, like, too much is bad, very little is good. You like my noob tubers, right? I'm just playing. They're actually, what do you guys think about the RIP series so far? I'm kind of really impressed that they're doing so well. And then we got a bunch of more people coming and play, like OG 10K Tech. Fugger! What's going on, broski? You're going to jump into SLI too? I hope so. See you lurking there. I probably should have got some more liquid nitrogen, but I didn't. Let's see if we're running. So we're at minus 104. We get hosed? Oh, okay. I don't know if I'm going to have enough liquid nitrogen I should have filled up before. So what you want to do is you want to kind of keep a certain temp. You don't want to go too cold either. A lot of people make the mistake of going too cold, and what that does is basically, a lot of the times on these GPUs, the memory does not like cold so much. So you kind of want to keep it hot. Now, if I had voltage control, that would be the opposite, because I can bump up voltage to basically combat the cold, so it stays hotter and then the paste doesn't crack. That's kind of a pro tip, but we're not at that point yet. When we get into the voltage mods and start getting this going, then we will. Sorry guys, it's hard to take questions. I'm still trying to get an LN2 pot. Yeah, they're hard to get. BPS was just on here. He said he actually got the Bits Power pots. I just don't know how hard that's going to be to mod it for these cars, because Ampere basically has a completely different bracket. So it's going to be, I don't know. It might be a chore. I mean, I'm going to have to mod. I'm already drilled holes out, and I'm going to tap my other pot. But even the part that goes on the die is not like, I don't know. It's not that big, so I have to make sure that it's perfect. I don't know. It's going to be a pain in the ass. We'll see on Friday. Like I said, the main part is to get the voltage mods running. And that way I can put them out, so that way all you guys can get them. If you guys want to basically go through and mod them. I don't know. We got to make the RIP series even more interesting, you know? Yeah, you don't want to ever drink liquid nitrogen. It actually, like, I usually do a bunch of cool stuff. Why is that so low? That was really low. Something's wrong. Oh, okay, maybe not. You know what it is? I was watching SLI. So, 16,747. That's actually pretty good. I got used to looking at SLI. I did like 3 runs. It's so much nicer because you get so many frames. It's kind of crazy. All right. All right, so we got more juice. Let's back it up. Precious Live, have you found when GN live stream? Love the styles. Would you think a GTX 1080 and a 7700 would be a good base to start? Actually, yeah. The 7700K can be a little bit of a pain in the ass to learn because you have to do cold voltages. But yeah, that's definitely, you want to start on stuff that's cheaper. Trust me, if you kill a card, it's like somebody kicks you in the nuts. I'm telling you, I've killed a bunch of stuff too, and it's kind of sad, you know. This is all to the dead hardware out there. To all my dead homie hardwares. All right, so we're gonna bump up the clocks a little bit more. I think we're gonna go. We'll step it up a little bit. Usually I kind of go right for the clocks, but let's go. So we're at 13. We're gonna jump up memory a little bit. Do 1325. This card likes the memory. I can probably go up to about 1450, I think. But we're gonna just play around, get this, make sure everything's dialed in. Because this is, I repasted it. Sometimes I won't repaste after I cool down. So this one's a new one, so I'm not so sure what's gonna do. So we're going from 300 to 315. That should be 2415. So let's run this. Port Royal. So we're all, which is 2415 is actually, oh shit, I'm gonna need to get it colder. Thank goodness Port Royal takes forever to run. Just want to get it to about minus 100. We don't want to go too cold because remember, we're gonna get memory all messed up. So we're just gonna try at minus 100 right now. Ugh, I keep on getting hooked over here. All right, I'm gonna get in the zone, so I might not talk a little bit. So we're at 100. Bovala, thanks for the 549, broski. Oh, I hear my boy crying. He misses his daddy. Oh, you know it's funny. I love it with all my kids and stuff. I'll be like, "Who's your daddy?" Oh, what happened here? Maybe we need more cold. I think. Port Royal is kind of a funny benchmark. It likes to run sometimes, and like if it fails, you just basically go. Is that medical LN2 or industrial? I think it's industrial. I don't really know what the difference is between medical. All I know is the medical is more expensive, so. No, nothing's lapped yet. We're just basically doing stock stuff. Here, we're gonna go a little bit colder. We're gonna try maybe about minus 110. Yeah, all I know is that if I want to get medical, it basically, it's more expensive. So, I just get whatever I need to use. You know what I'm saying? You getting a king part? Yes, I will have a kingpin directly from Kingpin. Kingpin's my bud, man. I know we like to play around and stuff, but we're all pretty much friends in here. Caught me, Lentic. What's going on, broski? All right, we're having some weird issues here. Let me just go back and see if there was a... What I've noticed for some reason is when I actually go through, medical until is purer and therefore costs more. Reda Glenn, good luck. Thanks, broski. $5, appreciate it. Industrial just gives you the code. All right, so what I've noticed so far is, here, I'm just going to bump it up to 330, and I'll tell you why in a second. So I've noticed something weird. Every single time that I pull down, like get cold, I don't know, it never do well off the first initial clocks, right? So what I started to do is I'll heat up in a second. I just want to see if this passes. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually heat up the pot. So it's almost like the paste freezes on the first one every single time. It's kind of annoying, actually. So let's see if this runs and see if my theory goes, right? So basically, we're going to keep at 115. And right now, this should probably go for a little bit and then fail. And what we're going to do is torch it to about minus 30 and then get it back. So let's see. I don't know. That's just something that I've had to do. Yep. See. So what happens is I think when we're starting out is basically the paste is cracking. So you got to remember, you have the die and you have the pot, right? And they're combined and you have paste in between. Now what happens is that paste freezes in between. And what that does is it creates a problem because you don't have anything connecting to the die to make it cold. It's still cold, but it's not really like a good cold. It's not a good heat transfer. And yeah, we're using Kingpin KPX, the blue stuff. So I'm going to show you what I do. So when this basically goes, when the pots go into junk, we're going to basically should use some DeBauer paste. Captain Planet, where's my yeah, you owe me a couple things there, buddy. No, actually, he brings up a good point. So I ended up using DeBauer's other pink paste. I'm not sure how I feel about it yet. It actually seemed pretty good, to be honest. But all right, so the cool thing about these cards, this is another thing that basically came from the Kingpin cards. You can tell all the temperatures of what's going on with the card. Chispy, what's going on, buddy? So you can tell right here that the memory on the top one is at 405. So that what that means is it's bugged. It's not really hot. It's just really cold. So what we're going to do is we're going to basically torch the shit out of it. So we're going to torch. And what we're going to do is we're going to torch this down to basically when that GPU 1 moves. So it's going to take a while. I don't know what temp we're at. Oh, apparently you don't either. Okay, so we're at 91C. So we're going to go basically down to about minus 30C. Awesome, Rulan. I'm a 15-year-old kid, Intel Core i3 7th laptop. Why not liquid metal? So liquid metal changes properties. So when you go too cold, liquid metal actually doesn't transfer any heat. I think it technically freezes. I don't know. Liquid metal is pretty bad. If you're not sub-ambient, I would suggest liquid metal. It works at higher temps. A lot of the times, we're basically in a different type of cold. Basically, most things don't I don't know. Everything changes its properties when you get cold. All right, you see how GPU 1 moved? So I'm going to go right down to about minus 30. That should be fine there. And then, because you can see, it's at minus 29. It's matching. Basically, that matches basically what is on the screen. It might be a little bit of delayed for you, right? Well, we're going to basically cool it down even more. And what we're going to do is we're going to go back to minus 100 and then go again. I'm going to sell a testicular. I think what you meant to say, but when the KP comes out, I think I might too. I feel like I have enough for everybody. How hot is the RAM? What do you mean the RAM? Are you talking about on the card? You can tell right there. It's 15C, 16C. All right. So it looks like we're pretty good. We're just going to pull down again. So basically what we did is we heated up that paste so that way it's creating a good thermal heat transfer in between. And you periodically have to do this. This is something that you're going to have to do all the time. So all those noobtubers, you need to make sure you're writing down the notes again. You got to take a lesson from Dr. Bearded. Yeah, that sounds good. Dr. Bearded. Be scary if I was a doctor. Just trust me, I have a beard. All right, where are we at? 65. Liquid metal isn't even good in winter air because the system can cool enough to harden and freeze the metal solid. Yes, sir. I think Jay was the one that did cold on there. I don't remember. A lot of these stuff, we usually test a lot of different things. I know a couple guys that like tested glue and stuff. You never know what the hell goes on. Please make DeBauer join all of it. I don't know. DeBauer doesn't like to do it anymore. He doesn't like to overclock anymore. I've talked to him a couple times. He's a YouTuber now. He's technically not an overclocker anymore. Yeah, I know. He's kind of lame. How to make babies? I'm pretty good at that. Got a couple of those. All right, so we're going to try rerunning this again. We're going to go to 330. I'm going to probably go about minus 110. I don't think there's an easy way to solder a pot to it, to be honest. The problem is when you got to take it off, I mean, I just don't think it's very useful to be able to, if you're going to have to solder a pot on, you know what I mean? Because think about it, new generation comes out, what the hell are you going to do? Get another copper pot to solder onto, you know? How much does the gear to start doing LN2 cost? Well, you'll see that I have a dewar over here. Well, you need something to put the liquid nitrogen in, right? And you need a dewar because it's sealed. It's kind of like a Yeti cup, right? So, but just a bigger version. They can be very expensive, but you can find them on eBay for relatively cheap. I used to have 3 of these. I've sold like 1 or 2. But basically, you need a dewar no matter what. Now, the other problem is if you got to get someone to fill up that dewar. And depending on the airgas or the company that you deal with, the company I use is pretty awesome, but they're not all over the country. To be honest, I love my own too, guys. They're awesome. They were, I don't know, I think they're on here somewhere. You'd catch them if you look through the views, or look through the comments. They're on here somewhere. Crompton Welding, great place. So if you're in my area, use them. Now another vendor is Airgas, and they're kind of I always seem to have issues with leaky tanks and all sorts of weird stuff happen. Crompton, not so much. So that's why I use them. The other reason why I use Crompton is because I get the big 160 liters. So those are probably around 25 to 30 liters. I get the big 160 liters, and then I transfer it and put it into there. And when you're going to do something like that, it costs about $200 a tank just to get filled every time. So every time I get a 160, it costs me $200. Which is a business expense, but still, it costs a bunch of money that I have to do these streams. So, plus I like to test anyway, so it's not so bad. But the other thing is you got to get the liquid nitrogen pots. You got to make sure you have some cups to pour it out to transfer it in. The liquid nitrogen pots can be expensive. They're kind of hard to get. But anyway, what's up, my dudes? What's going on, Wesley? All right, let's see how we got right here. What did we get? What do you guys think? Probably won't be able to come up there. Oh, look at that. 16,882. We'll just save that one because I'm feeling pretty right now. All right. So that's a nice score to kick off with. I feel much better about that. But you see how by heating up with the torch, how that actually brought it back to life? So what we're going to do is we're going to go up again. We're going to go 1350. Right? And then we're going to go 345. And rerun. See, I'm pretty good on LN2. I pretty much have a full flask, so. The other thing is you got to make sure you got big, strong arms to be able to constantly pour. This is the fun part. This is my workout for the day, if you know what I'm saying. Now, the cool thing about Port Royal is that we can put everything else on water and the GPU on liquid nitrogen. It's a GPU benchmark. That means CPU does not matter. I just want to reinforce that. Oh, see, we're hanging again. So what we're going to do, torch up again, do it again. For some reason, between benchmarks, I feel like the paste freezes. So if we had voltage now, what I could do is, you're probably running about 1.1 volts. So if I had voltage control, I'd go up to like 1.3 or 1.4. And what that would do is it would heat up the GPU. So between runs, it would basically keep it hot. So that's one of the, it's actually harder without voltage control to be able to try to tame this beast. So what we're going to do is you're going to open it up again and then heat up again. What's your current slacker threshold? So the highest score that I've been able to get is 16,903. And that was before I did this driver change. Because I was actually on the second driver. I want to be able to come with the... I've installed the newest, or the oldest driver. So basically the first driver NVIDIA came out. James Fox, I came in late. Hey, better late than never, if you know what I'm saying. All right, 93. So what we're going to do again, what I'm doing is I'm heating it up. The paste is freezing, which is annoying. Says you can easily get the nitro tanks from an artificial insemination store. I try not to tell people about that because then they get a little interesting about it. Question, how do you groom the beard? It's actually easier than you think. I wash it with shampoo and conditioner. That's about it. I'll throw some coconut oil and stuff. That helps it out when it gets dry. Doesn't OC and the CPU help from bottlenecking and lower frames? Up a little bit, but it's very, very little. I could basically throw a pot and put the CPU on liquid nitrogen, but it's not going to be the amount of points that you think. It might be like 10 points. And 10 points is really, it's too much of a stress to really even do that. What does Kingpin do to get his scores? Is it just experience or custom cards? So on this particular, Vince has been benching a long time as a I. His job is to basically come up with a badass graphics cards that you can buy. But his card is fully custom, so that means he has full voltage control. That means he's got PLL access, he's got memory voltage, he has got GPU voltage. His job is to mainly perfect a card so that way we get it, and that way I can show that shit to you. So without him, we wouldn't have the baddest of the bad graphic cards, you know? So Vince is doing us a service, if you ask me, which is pretty badass. I think so. I'm actually really excited about the KP. I mean, I'm having a lot of fun just taking this card, because nobody else has done this card, and I'm taking it to the limit. So we're going to fully mod this card. If you're new here, basically on Friday, I'm going to take this card. Right now, we have no voltage control. I'm going to mod it. I'm going to do a power mod on it. Right now, I have the XOC BIOS with unlimited power. But I also want to put shunts on it. I'm going to basically do memory voltage. I'm going to do GPU voltage. Nobody else has done it before. So I have to figure out how to do it and make sure it works, right? So I gotta do a bunch of different things on it. Dave, what's going on, broski? Thanks for the $5. How goes the OC so far? So far, we were able to run plus 330, which is 2430. We were able to get 16,884, I think, or around there, somewhere around there. But every time I do a run and stop, my paste cracks. So I basically got to heat it up, like I just showed you right now, and then do it again. So we're going to do this again in a second. Oh, it looks like I need some more juice, too. Right. Let's get a good run in. What temp are we at? 76. Okay, we got to get down. We're going to go down to about minus 115. Do you think the intensity of the music affects your... To be honest, music does wonders for my OC. I usually bang out, like, yeah, it gets the adrenaline flowing. People ask me, like, why do I like to do this? And the reason why I tell them is, basically, if you ever take a motorcycle at like 100 miles an hour on a track, a car at 100 miles an hour, and it gets your blood flowing like crazy, this is the same feeling I get when I do. It's similar. All right, we're almost there. Eric Mayer, $5. Love the beard and Ocean stream. Awesome music too. Thanks, broski. Glad to see you here. I see a lot of new faces. Make sure you guys like and subscribe. Liking helps the stream. And the thing is if you guys keep subbing and keep liking and going through, one day we'll be able to do a lot more content. Right now I have a full-time job that kind of interrupts a lot of stuff. It sucks, but you got to pay the bills somehow, right? The YouTubers tell you they make a lot of money, but it's not that much money. At least at the level I am right now. 20K, baby. You have to scare the card into going faster. I don't know. Just faster! Go faster! I don't know if it's working. We'll see on the next run, right? All right, let's see. What do we got here? So we're at 1445 with 1350 on memory. And we are about minus 115, or close. One of the things I don't like about Port Royal is that it takes so long to run. Taking anything to its limits is fun. Aren't you? You're not kidding. I pretty much do this with everything. I still got to finish up my golf cart video. I actually got, I got a bunch of it done, and then I ended up, I was missing one piece, so I had to kind of push off the video for a little bit. But I ended up souping up the golf cart, and it's so badass. I can't wait to show it to you guys. I got like this whole Bluetooth module where I can hook it up to my phone and overclock it. That's the type of stuff that I do, but I do it with everything. I do it with motorcycles. I just do too many things. Sometimes that can be a problem. I get yelled at all the time. Like, what's going on with that? Well, I got other stuff to do. Like play with this badass 3090. Alright, so it looks like we're doing pretty good here. Let's see. Linus holding all the money. Yeah, Linus needs to give me some money. Just kidding, broski. Any plans for next-gen Ryzen? Well, I'm trying to work on getting some chips for that. I don't know. I'm probably going to be stuck with, like, regular people. I'm going to have to wait to get one, which kind of sucks. But I'm trying to work on getting some early access. I don't know. If AMD, you're on here, send me a damn chip so we can OC the hell out of it on release day. I don't think it's going to happen, but you never know. Yeah, the golf cart is basically I don't know. It's all electric. It goes pretty damn fast, but I'm not going to tell you too many damn details. You're going to have to watch the video. Because it's pretty cool. One of the other reasons why I didn't release the video, too, is because it rained, so I wasn't able to test it for, I think it rained for, a week straight. Bunch of crap. I'm over Florida right now, this time of season. Florida's really nice, like 10 months out of the year. It just happens that these 2 months are the shitty months, where you lose power all the time, you have rainstorms like earlier. That's what messed up the first stream. Ooh, look at this. Ooh! Ooh, this might be good. What do we got? Ooh, yeah, that's a new record for me. New personal best. Yeah, buddy. Oh, yeah. 16944. We are so close to that magic 17,000 number. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to try to get this running quickly. I'm a little bit worried that the pace is going to crack again. So I'm going to have to heat it up again. So we're going to do, I think 355 was my max last time. And we're going to keep it at 1350. I don't know. Let's see if we can just kick off this run. Yeah, we got enough LN2. Dude, I used to work on a golf carts. Made a stock electric. Hey, Eric, stop giving up my details, man. Basically, that's kind of what I did. You're ruining it, Browski. You're ruining it. I'm just playing. To be honest, 30 miles an hour on a golf cart is pretty damn fast, to be honest. It's actually a lot of fun. To be honest, after I tuned the golf cart, I was like a little kid. I was like, just like so fun. That's all right. This time, this could be the 17K run. I don't know. I think I'm going to have to heat up again. Might not. I don't know. I don't want to say anything. Because you never know. Then you got to knock on wood. Ooh. So what you got to pay attention to is the frames. So at the bottom of the screen, you see them frames? What you want to do is you want to come up with points. It's hard for me to do a stream, but usually what I do is I check off certain points so I know I'm achieving something, right? So at this point, 3,000 frames is really good, right? So that way you know. Because you don't want to waste liquid nitrogen on a bad run, right? Sometimes you get good runs, sometimes you get bad runs, right? You get a margin of error, right? Oh, this one's getting good. This could be that 17K. I don't know. I might have jinxed it there. Oh, it's looking pretty. It's looking pretty good. I don't know. It's getting close. We went through, usually at 5,500, it crashes. That's usually like a weird, I don't know why, at 5,500 frames, between 5,500 and 5,700, I've had it crash like 100 times. It's always frustrating because you get that much into liquid nitrogen pouring and then all of a sudden it goes to crap. So I think we went around almost 8,500 to hit 17K. So we're at 8,000, 81, 82, 83, 4. Oh, this could be it. Come on, buddy. Oh, so close. That was a little bit lower, I think, right? 16. No, a little bit higher. 19,946. You can see a couple of my SLI scores. I literally just ran it in like 2 minutes. So you can't really count that. What do you say? X590 motherboard. Yeah. Oh, so the AMD stuff. To be honest, this is the first time that I'm actually, like, stupidly excited about the AMD stuff. That single thread performance, I was like, my jaw went from like here all the way down to here. Like, I was pretty amazed to see that. I thought that was pretty damn impressive. So what we're going to do is we're going to try 360. I might have to heat up again. Sometimes that's just what you got to do. Right, let's try it again. I'm going to actually try to get some more LN2. Oh. Yeah, so it's unfortunate that we can't go so cold yet. And the reason why is because that paste will crack too soon, and we need voltage. So when we get voltage, this is going to change dramatically. That's why Vince is so high right now. It's because of voltage control. Voltage control makes the difference. And what's really cool is he's going to have it all packaged up and nicely. You're not going to have to go through all the craziness that I got to go through. But technically, I love doing that. So, to be honest, I haven't had this much fun in a long time. This is the last couple of gens I've just skipped to go into KP cards and just running them. This gen, I'm basically taking regular cards and just souping the shit out of them. So, it's going to be cool, man. I'm excited for Friday. Friday, we're going to do the voltage mod. Hopefully everything works out. I don't kill the card. No promises. Because it looks to be a pretty damn good card. Yep. It's the same issue that I get. So this issue right here I think has to do with voltage. That I need more voltage. So what we're going to do is I'm going to back it down a little bit. This is pretty much the limit that I hit. We at least were able to improve to 16,948 or whatever the hell it is. Alright, so we're going to go back. We'll do 1375 this time. And then we're going to do, instead of 360, we're going to do 355. See, the problem without voltage, I can't go colder because then the paste cracks too damn much. So I really need that voltage control. It frustrates the hell out of me that I don't have it. But that's pretty much how it is. Let's see. It could also be because paste cracks, so I don't know. Let's check it out. Disconnected the LEDs yet. Not sure what that means. So they basically have an LED on the back of the card. What I do is I have that configured. So based upon the temperature of the PCB, it tells me a certain color. When it's blue, it's pretty good. No, I haven't done any voltage caps. It's kind of funny, actually, you say that, because I was talking to, you guys know High Cookie from Gamers Nexus, right? So he's a broski of mine. We used to bench a lot for Gigabyte back in the day. He and I used to talk pretty regularly until he changed positions. So, but I was talking to him. He's like, it's not necessarily better to add more caps. It could actually be more detrimental. So I think we might experiment with it, but I first got to get voltage control under my belt before we even try to do that. So that's a TBD. So it's to be determined if we need caps or not. So, all right, so we're at 111. So we're at minus 111 degrees Celsius. You should do this on a clean OS. Why would I want to do it on a clean OS? This one's already a clean OS. 42, the answer to the ultimate question of life. I love that movie. It's one of the first books I read, I think. Was a, oh shit, I can't remember. You and Steve actually make me wanted to try hardcore AOC out. Main problem is space. Don't know. I should put what? Should put the where I should put the liquid nitrogen. Oh, yep, we're gonna have to heat up. Actually, I probably got it a little bit too hot, but we're gonna end up heating it up anyway. Yeah, that's the problem. Like, you can't have those big tanks, the 160 liters. Just, like, I have to put them in a garage. I'm not gonna bring that into my house. I basically transfer it from there over into the dewars. Kind of like how Steve does, right? Oh, wait, you already have one. That area is not K-boost on. To be honest, the boost lock doesn't work, which it would actually be helpful if it did. I'm kind of just, oh, look at this. So if you look right now, you see memory, it's at 405 and 210. That's actually a big issue. That means the driver reset. So what we have to do, this is probably why it failed. You have to go in there and disable the device and then add it back in. And what that will do is we'll reset the clocks. But we're going to have to go back into precision again and basically play with it a little bit. There we go. So now we got the clocks back. I'm going to end up heating it again because we went down the stock lock, so that paste is probably pretty much, I almost guarantee it's frozen. So what board am I running this on? It's the Asus Maximus 12 Apex. It's the dual DIMM board. It's basically the OC board. I have a new Z490 Dark that I'm going to probably play with too. You got to play with a bunch of stuff. It was funny, I forget who I was talking to the other day, but I've literally benched so many different brands. I don't know if there's anybody that has really broken a lot of records on all different brands as much as me. It's kind of weird, actually. It's one of those weird things, because when you go from one motherboard, say you're benching Asus all the time, and then you go to EVGA, man, sometimes it's just like, what? Like, you get confused, like, where memory is, and it can be a pain in the ass. Alright, let me torch this up. But I've broken a lot of records on all different boards. Gigabyte, Asus, EVGA, MSI, ASRock. Trying to think of a manufacturer I haven't broken a record on. I don't know. Can't even think. So, Windows kicked you? Yep, it happens. Ah, it's such a nice tip. Didn't know you could do that for reset. Oh, man, I got a bunch of tips, man. There's an extreme board, too. So this is Asus most extreme board, the Apex. You can use the extreme board, but it's a 4-DIMM board versus a 2-DIMM board. The 2-DIMM boards are actually better for memory clocks. You won't be able to overclock a 4-DIMM board as high as a 2-DIMM board. And that's just the way the layout of the traces on the board is. Ever since Gigabyte came out with that, well, maybe it was Asus first. So Asus had the Impact, which was one of my favorite boards. I've broken a bunch of records on there. Won a Z490 for the win on EVGA podcast last week. That's pretty badass. Congrats, man. What's the funnest area to OC? RAM, CPU, or GPU? Well, I think that depends on who you are. Me, my favorite is graphics card. GPU is my all-time favorite. It's why I got into OC. Actually, no, I didn't break any records on BioStar. I think I'm proud of that, actually. No, nothing against BioStar, but I don't think they even have a decent OC-capable board. So that's technically their fault. Yeah, Galax motherboards. I just found out that Galax is actually making motherboards, which I thought was interesting. And I think they're AMD, right? I don't know. Someone told me that. I didn't even look at it, but someone was telling me that I guess they're making their own boards now, which is pretty cool. What's my mem at? It's about 4,700. It's just XMP. Again, this is a GPU benchmark, so it doesn't matter as much. Oh, let's see. Let me get the temps down. I'll take some more questions. I still don't know why AMD outside Threadripper has 4 DIMM slots when it is only dual channel. Well, not every board for AMD is only 4. You basically have the Impact, which is actually pretty damn... I have the board up there. I did something to it where I killed it, but that's a 2-DIMM board. It's an expensive board, but it's a badass board. So if you look at the Asus Impact, the AMD version, because all the other ones are Intel. This is the first one. UK Dog, what's up, Bearded? The Unknown Mister, $5. Show Kingbin who's boss. We're trying, broski, but without voltage mod, I don't think I'm not gonna be able to break him. So, but on Friday, basically what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna break this card down. We're gonna do a voltage mod onto it. I have it all planned out, and I'm gonna release it to basically everybody who's doing the RIP series. So that way they know how to do it if they have the balls enough to try. And plus, I want to this card is really, really good. So I really want to volt mod it and see what it can do. I mean, nobody's ever pushed these For the Win cards as hard as I'm pushing right now. So it's a challenge to me, and to me that is epic fun. To be honest, it's a little bit more fun for me because I can do this stuff. But like when you get the Kingpin card, everything is there for you. It's kind of like almost like an easy button in a way. You still need to have all your shit together when it comes down to pouring and all that stuff. But for this, I'm learning the card, I'm learning the architecture. I'm going to solder the hell out of it. I don't know, maybe we'll e-power it. Who knows? I'm not sure you really need it, but it might be needed just to get some better voltage control. Because really, voltage control is kind of kicking my butt right now. I'm cracking way too many times with the paste. And this wouldn't happen nearly as much with a better voltage. Oh, I hate that damn limit. It pisses me off. For some reason, when I hit 360, I'm hoping when I do voltage that goes away, but I don't know if it's another limit or what. Shunts do wattage? No, voltage. So basically what I have to do is I have to figure out, there's controllers. So basically a controller is basically how the GPU gets voltage, right? The controller controls how the voltage goes to the GPU. Now to mod them, usually like people are mentioning EVC. So Elmore makes this little device that you can hook up. But the PWM, so the VRM, has to be digital. This one is analog. So basically we got to hard mod it. We've got to basically, I got to pull a resistor, then I got to solder 2 points to a VR, and then I got to make sure I have the right VR, because if I don't, I could I could accidentally force it to go to like 2 volts or something like that. And that would instantly kill the die, so. All right, so let's see if we can get it run now while the paste is going. All right, slackers, come on, man. You got to like the stream. You guys want more content, you guys got to like and subscribe. Now, if you guys want to support the channel, go to beardedhardware.com, and I got shirts up there. I'm a little behind. If you guys are missing a shirt, let me know. You have to put an order in first, so don't give me that crap. But I'm a little bit behind on it, but I want to catch up on Friday and send out. I have a couple back at shirts that I got to send out. I'm going to send you a little surprise in there just for being awesome. But yeah, if you guys buy a good buy my shirts, I got the chicken clocking shirt, I got sweatshirts just in time for the season. I think I need to put a picture up on it though. But yeah, that helps support the channel. We want to eventually do this all the time, and then I can give you guys more content. I struggle a little bit with trying to get you content with work, but we'll try to change that a little bit with the Vault mods and get in. As I get in my groove, I'll get better at it. And we'll always stream if we need to. It kind of does the easy stuff. The Unknown Mister, 20 bucks. Here's a few bucks for the LN2. Thanks, broski. Hey, everybody, every little bit helps, man. It cost me $200 to get a tank of liquid nitrogen, so that 20 bucks goes a long way in the liquid nitrogen zone. All right. Come on, baby. Let's hit 17K. Uh-oh. Maybe we got too cold. Let's see. Like and subscribe. Come on, let's get up to 500 likes. Unlike and like again if you can. Hey, Bearded, are you jumping in the SLI ring? I am. I'm waiting for the scores to be pushed up so that way I can just come in and go bang! Just boom, nail that shit. It's more fun. I consider myself more of an advanced guy when it comes to the liquid nitrogen. So when you're in my territory, I want to beat you when you're going to doing your top. I don't want to beat you on the little end. I don't want to discourage you from doing it. I want to beat you at your best. And trust me, I have beaten the best. Are you going to test the new AMD cards? If they're relevant. The problem with AMD on the GPU end is that they really haven't been all that relevant, right? So, I haven't really been testing them. So, the new one, probably. I'm going to have to do it. But I don't know. Let's see. AMD hasn't sent me one, so that's the other problem, too. The reason why I actually bought these cards myself, so again, all your support helps me buy that stuff, too. So that way we can do this. Because to be honest, I just love GPUs in general, so I'm willing to do this on my own dime just to be able to have fun and show you guys this stuff, because this is actually really what I love to do. So if you guys couldn't tell that I get so excited to do this stuff, to be honest, I enjoy it almost too much. It's kind of scary if you ask me. All right, 115, baby. Just walk in and show them who boss is. Exactly. Just walk in, say hi, post a score, and drop the mic and just walk out. All right, what do we got here? All right, look at those frames. 77, 78, 79. Come on, we want to see like 85. Closer to 85, the better. 84. Ooh, that might be close. Oh, so close. 16,966. Oh. Man, it's killing me right now. We're so close, I can taste it. Yeah, you always have somebody who dislikes. Who cares? As long as they do something. To be honest, when they dislike it, actually, it's good for me too. All right, so what we're going to do is, since we can't set more core because we don't have voltage, what we're going to do is we're going to just keep on pushing memory up. We're going to try to get those extra points just from memory. So we're going to go up to 1400, which is really badass on a card. And we're going to try to run it again. Shane, 10 bucks. Love your content, my dude. Got an order for one of those EVGA RTX 3090 Ultras via the queue in the system. Awesome! It's exciting when they, man, I remember when I got one. I was so stoked. I got my original one off of Newegg, and then, to be honest, I actually got another one off of EVGA too. So I ended up getting one out of the queue system, and it's like almost like you're like a little schoolgirl. Yes! I'm so excited to OC it. Yeah, so you're going to want to make sure that you like and subscribe to this, to my next stuff that's coming up. Because like I said, we're going to shunt mod. So if you don't have an OC BIOS, you can still play with the big boys. It's very easy to do. It's not that difficult. And if you really want to OC, you need to mod. That's just, you got to get used to it. So break out the soldering iron or the heat gun and play along. Surprise included if there's shirt order placed. Silver, $2.99. Thanks, broski. I don't know. I can always autograph it if you want. Whoa. Come on, buddy. I'm getting a little excited here. I want to see the 17K. It says, if you let the PCB cool down for the mem, you will post a little bit of a better score. Not necessarily, broski. You'd be surprised. When things happen on cold, it's a little bit different. The mem doesn't get so hot because the PCB gets so cold that the mem gets much colder, and you can actually overclock it to a certain point. But if you let the mem get too cold, that's when you start having a bunch of issues. And so far, knock on wood, it looks pretty good. The problem right now is I can't go over 355. Because I can't get, without voltage, I need voltage. So the only way that I could try to get 17K right now is just to keep on pushing the memory. And so far, it looks like we still have some in there. 22, 82, 83, 84. I don't know. It might be a little bit lower. Sometimes when you OC memory a little bit too much. Do you know anybody who has Tech 9 pots? Oh, just a little bit lower. We'll do another run. So who would have Tech 9 pots? I'm thinking, I don't know, maybe you want to try Performance PCs. I think Performance PCs might have some old stock of it. And I'm sure, because I don't think there's too many that actually resell for Vince. So, I know, 16,990, I'm dying here. I want 17K. Sometimes it's frustrating in the OC world. When you start doing stuff and basically just, it gets so frustrating. You get so close. I've broken a bunch of records before, and then all of a sudden, like, all the power dies, and then you lose the record. It sucks. Chris Reglin, 20 bucks. Thanks, broski. I ordered the chicken shirt, man. That's funny. No chicken clocking here. I love that shirt. That's one of my personal favorites. I couldn't find one to wear for today, but I highly recommend it. It's my fun one. My fun one. Cold will slow the transfers. I don't know what he was talking about, but I'm trying to concentrate here, trying to break records and talk what you find, folks. I enjoyed chicken clocking the MSI 3080 I got a few weeks back. Nice. 3080s are a nice card too. It's just when you have a 3090, it's kind of like, oh my gosh, why do you want to mess with it, right? Fugger, you have a pair of what, 3090s? If you don't know who Fugger is, he's a famous overclocker. He's been overclocking forever and ever. He's based over in Vegas. But it looks like he has a pair too, so let's get some people in there. Get some more people in this RIP SLI. It's kind of a shame, like, I never got to really do 4-way SLI. I only got to be able to do, I've broken a bunch of records on dual. Just 4-way is always tough. Because I could never always get 4 cards. Because it's not just about having 4 cards. It's about having 4 cards that have no cold issues. A lot of the times you don't even have to have the greatest cards. As long as you have cards that match up good and clock similarly. Then you can just hammer shit out. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Ooh, I don't know. That could be close. I think it's probably like 16980. Oh, lower. I think memory's hurting us at this point. So maybe let's back down memory a little bit. We could try colder. Oh, it really sucks with no voltage control. Let's try it again. We're going to take this down to 1375 because that seemed to be a nice sweet spot. Oh man, we're just so close. It's killing me. I got a 3080 and I had to get a 3090. I know, doesn't that suck? Like, oh my god, you're so excited about the 3080. I actually enjoyed the 3080. If you guys watched the stream on Gamers Nexus, I mean, 500,000 people did. That was a fun stream. The 3080 actually got me like energized to be able to like bench cards again. Like, to be honest, I've kind of been bored with the industry a little bit. Like, no good, awesome GPUs have come out in a while. I mean, you had the Kingpin. Yeah, see, it's done. Ugh, so frustrating. I need voltage. Do we freeze? Yeah. All right. We're probably going to have to heat up again, but we're going to keep playing. I want to try to get some more memory. Lego Freak, $5. When I get some cash, I'm going to send you a custom 2,000 to 3,200 millimeter fin. Sure, send it my way, broski. Let's see. Let's see if it dropped the driver out. I had a... You guys crack me up too much. Oh, we got to do the driver again. Totally hosed. I feel like this is the ultimate Viking song, where you're just like, yeah. All right. So we were at 355, seems to be our limit. I need voltage. Piss me off. All right, let's try this. We're gonna go 1425. Let's see if that extra memory will go. I have a feeling that we're probably gonna have to heat up again. Maybe not. Oh, you might need a bigger card. More power. Maybe heat soak. Weird to give it a go. Yeah, well, I gave it a rest. The problem is when you're super cold and you try to give it a rest, that's when the paste cracks. So we don't have high voltage, so we're only running like what you guys would be at, like 1.01 volts, right? Or 1.1. So, like, because there's no heat on the paste, it basically makes the paste crack so much. It's frustrating. So with voltage, I'm guaranteeing you, Like, if I give GPU voltage on this, it will change how we bench this card completely. You'd be surprised by adding voltage what you can do. Because then I could bang it out to 1.4, and then it keeps that heat on the card and that paste hot. And then you'll just be able to just hammer out, hammer out. Oh, I'm running out of one too. Let me get that one too. Oh, it's frustrating. I want 17,000. I'm getting there, broskies. Woo! All right. So we'll go up a little bit to 120. Pick it off. Hopefully we don't have to heat it up. We might have to, though. Do you play games with this hardware? Usually after I get done with this, it either goes on the wall or I throw it in the daily. But I already have a 3080 in the daily, so... And it works pretty good. I run 3 screens on it. So I guess you have an issue if it warms up too much, it fries. Yes, you got to be careful. You don't want it to heat up too much either. Because you want to be running like 2400 on ambient temps. We'll try going a little bit colder. Maybe that's going to help out a little bit. But remember, the colder we go, the more chances we have for the paste to crack. So we got to be a little careful. Try not to ease down the cold a little bit. Awesome, Bloodline, man. This is so entertaining. Definitely liked and subbed. I appreciate it, broski. And, hey, the more and more you guys like and sub, the more and more I can do this. Like, I can't stress that enough. That's the dream. The dream is to be able to do this all the time. I want to be like Vince, too, where I can just do this all the time and have fun and show you some badassedness. Woo. Escape updated his score to 16,411. Yeah, I know. I think it's funny because everybody asked me about the whole 4790K shit. Yeah, but he's got to beat 16,900 now. Come on, 17K. It's funny, man. I go pretty crazy. It was funny. I saw somebody don't give up on there. To be honest, I'll go for hours and hours and hours. That's kind of like one of my things that I'm known for. So when I do work and stuff, I'm known to be like working and working and working and working and working. I basically try to get it done no matter what. I'll spend days on this stuff. Oh, 83. It seems a little low. It's like 84.25, I think. Oh, yeah, we're regressing. We need to find a magical like 40 points. I don't know. We're gonna try 1450. See if it actually will help a little bit. I think we might actually be pushing them too much. It happens. So a lot of the times when I get stuck at like a certain spot, right, on liquid nitrogen, a lot of the times what we do is we basically break down and I'll throw another card in and I'll do efficiency testing. Efficiency testing is basically what you're going to do is you're going to go through all your driver settings, you're going to go through pretty much everything and just keep running and running and running to make sure that your score is on point before you go onto liquid nitrogen, because you don't want to waste liquid nitrogen. I mean, I'm lucky enough to have tanks delivered to my house, but that's taken a long time to be able to do. Only certain companies do it. So a lot of guys, when they get like 30 liters, it's hard to get liquid nitrogen. So what they're doing is they want to make sure, they want to be at like I don't know. They want to make sure that they use it wisely, because it can be expensive depending on where you live. Oh, 2 by 16, 40 points. Oh, the 16 gig? Nah. To be honest, I was having some weird issues with my 8 gig sticks. I have to go in and actually dial it in. I haven't spent the time on that. I just wanted to play with the GPU. But I think after tonight, I'm probably going to put the GPU to rest for a little bit and then redo all the efficiency testing on the setup and maybe try to see if the 16 gig sticks of RAM help out that much. Yeah, don't forget the pushing mem too hard. Not always. Sometimes going too hard on memory goes down. Remember, we're dealing with cold temps, so it changes. It's the weirdest thing about going really, really cold. Is basically it changes how everything works. You'd be surprised when you make it cold how much it changes properties of things. I don't know if you guys are into cars or anything. I know a bunch of companies that used to basically freeze rotors. They would use liquid nitrogen, get it down to like minus 196, keep it at a certain temp for a certain time, and it would actually make them last longer. Oh, this could be it. This could be it. I could have sworn I saw 8460. Oh, so close. 16985. So, aha, Dutch. The extra memory worked this time. 16985. Oh, it's killing me. All right, usually when I get a good score like that, I basically go down and I keep track of what clocks. So what I'll do is, you'll notice I'll hit this screenshot app. That's basically, it goes to an area and puts all my screenshots. So what we're going to try to do is we're going to go to 1475. And we're going to try that. And set the GPU fans to 0. It was a few different points, really. Hey, worth a shot, right? I could try killing an Explorer, too. I guess it's time to break out the big guns, right? Let's just try and see what we can do. Try everything we can to get past this spot. So, we'll go Task Manager. Where's Explorer? Looks like I have a lot to turn off. Where's Explorer? Alright, let's make sure our temps are good. We gotta bring it up to minus 120. Hopefully we don't have to heat up again. If you get stuck in... Hey, to be honest, I've done that before. 16,999. I've gotten within 1 point many times, actually. That is frustrating. Beyond frustrating. Oh, we're getting so close to 17K. I can taste it. John, what's up, buddy? Hey, broski, can you explain to me why the 9900K on Z39 Masterbuild can't run 2x8 45, but it has no problem run 4x8? Oh, I don't know, man. One of the biggest issues that I have on some of the Gigabyte boards is the BIOS. Try different BIOSes, man. You gotta play with them and try to mess with them. I'm not going to kill too many processes, guys, because sometimes that can make it regress. And we're really on that point, so we just want to do a little bit of stuff right now. Trust me, there's a lot I can turn off, but sometimes when you turn off too much, it can actually have the opposite effect. It's not my first time, broskies. I almost guarantee that it probably is QVL, and he just... It's a Gigabyte thing, man. They have that issue. Oh, I know. I can shut off a bunch of stuff, but remember, this is not a CPU bench, so a lot of that stuff is not going to matter as much. But we will see. I don't know. We're going to try. Come on, 17K. Yeah, buddy. Oh, we're at that. Oh, shit. Oh, that's that same limit I hit when I hit through. Ugh. Alright. So I think we're probably going to have to heat up again. Oh, yeah, I got to do this. Oh, so close, man. 1725. Hey, Christian. I like the positivity, broski. Let's see. We're so close to 17,000. It's crazy. Just blame your microphone like Jay. Hey, it could be my microphone issue. That's it. Swear to God. Yeah, that's true. I think you're probably right on there. Edge kind of sucks, the big one. So let's make sure we... Hold on, before I turn that off. Why the hell is Edge even running? I gotta turn off indexing too. I don't know why index is on. I thought I turned it off, but I must not have. The problem is when you start getting into like what I do is sometimes I end up screwing myself up because I have so many different operating systems. I have so much different stuff. So we were at 1475. I don't know, man. I think we're almost at that limit. Hold on. What did we run last time? We were running 1450 and 355. Let's try that again. Maybe, I feel like we're at that max limit. So 355. Right. I like that. I think this is going to be pretty good. Hopefully we don't have to heat up because that would suck. All right, let's see. Benchmarks, Port Royal. And then let's kill Explorer. Oh, we got to get it cold. Oh, okay, good. I almost forgot I poured there for a second. All right, come on, 17K. Come on, 17K. If I get that stupid green screen, I'm going to be pissed off. Because it means I can't get any better than that without voltage. And I'm hoping that voltage gets rid of that green screen, too. That little green where it kind of messes up everything. So 1450, it seems to run pretty good. I don't know, we might just have to start turning more stuff off and just try to get the efficiency up and keep these clocks. Because it looks like this is like the most we can actually do for this card. Jay's last OC on Mortar, his little secret got him 400 points. Well, here's the thing. So just so you guys know, when you're doing a dual system versus a single, they're completely different. So anything that works for maybe dual is not going to necessarily work for single. So it's just how it is. It sucks, but that's just how it works. All right. Come on, baby. We're benching 126 degrees minus 126 Celsius, which I think is like minus 300 something Fahrenheit. We're super cold. You want to be careful too, like since this pot is like absolutely freezing right now, you don't want to touch it. It's like touching fire basically. It has the same properties. It will mess you up bad. And it hurts like hell. You'll basically get burns. Just like if you ever got burnt by a torch, it's the same type of burn. I've been burnt many times with liquid nitrogen and the torch just from doing this stuff. Just be surprised what stupid shit you do. All right, come on, baby. Let's see 17K. Come on, 17K. 83, 84. Ooh, I don't know. This is going to be close. Oh, man. Is that higher than before? 16,966? It's the exact same score. I actually don't know what Jay... It says, I know you won't tell us, but do you think you know? I don't know what his secret was. I don't know, man. I have no idea what Jay's thing that he did. I think maybe... I really have no clue. I don't really pay attention to others. I try to do everything myself. I test a lot. I probably benched this card probably at least 10 times already. So we're going to do another run. We're just going to try to see if we can like brute force it. Just maybe kind of make sure that we get a good run, you know? I love how I have the music set up finally. Before I used to play it in the background, and now I actually have it so that way it's directly on stream. It definitely is a nice touch. I love it. 16,985. Oh. I don't know, guys. I don't know. Bearded should do something with Cletus and the Viper. I know. I'm messing with... My buddy is actually working on my car, but he's actually really busy, so I gotta be busting his balls a little bit to try to get that car done, because I want to. The Viper is coming. I have to get some time to put the video together, but he also has to get some time to work on it though. But it is definitely in progress for the Viper. That's gonna be a cool one. 9 beers already, huh? Loving the stream. Love you, Steve. Oh, yeah. We got a cute little kid there, too. I think Jay probably just did the shut mod. No, I think he's got an XOC BIOS, too. I'm not sure what he did. I don't know if it's the... what he put on memory. I don't know. I don't know. Water's kind of boring to me anymore. Especially when GPU, when you can just do the juice. Oh, come on, baby. Let's hope this is a good run. Come on! Ugh! The anticipation's killing me! 81, 82, 83, 84... Oh, this could do it. I think it was like 84.60. Oh! Damn it. 16,978. I guess I typed the wrong one in. Is that the highest? I don't even know. You guys probably know. All right, we're going to run it again. Actually, let's see if this tries a little bit. Try a little tweak there. Oh, so what are we saying there? They want to milk the content. Oh, you'd be surprised, man. What is the best overclocking brand of card? My personal favorite of overclocking cards is always EVGA. That's just how it is, man. My favorite cards are just EVGA cards. Not to say that all the other brands are bad, but... How's the new kid doing? He is awesome. He's like having like a little miniature me. It's kind of awesome. He just gets cuter every day. I'll put some pictures up in the next video. You can see how cute he is yourself. He's literally like a little twin. It's kind of the coolest thing in the world. Like my one daughter like has a lot of my features, but doesn't necessarily look like me. She has like a lot of features, which is good because if you're a girl, you don't want to look like me, right? Yeah. But as a boy, like it's like looking at yourself. It's kind of weird and It's fulfilling all at the same time. It's kind of crazy. Oh, yeah, we're at 16,985, man. We're just rerunning it because anytime that I click it up a little bit more, it's just, oof. We're basically close to 17K. We're like 15 points away from it. Yeah, Tyler, this is this card, I don't know, man. I got lucky from the first one. Come on, baby. 17K. I'll feel so much better when I hit 17K. That's usually what I do. I usually set like a goal, and it doesn't matter like if you're breaking records. The whole point is if you're having fun. If you're not having fun while doing something, then you're doing it wrong. And I use this for everything in life. You gotta have fun. Life is short. Have fun. Enjoy everything. Even shitty things. You'd be surprised that you can find good things in shitty things. You'd be surprised. All right, come on, buddy. Come on, baby. Let's go. Ooh, I can't tell. I feel like it's... Says, does Kingpin being over VGA play into over there? Well, I don't know. It's lower. I don't know. I almost want to try to do memory, maybe like 5 megahertz. Because I feel like we're right there. We're so close. Yeah, I do need to lap the GPU, though. This pot needs to be lapped, and the GPU needs to be lapped. All right, let's do 1455. The reason why I'm not going any higher than 355, it's basically like insta-fail. So that's why I'm keeping it there. So you guys know and don't ask me. I like the older OSs better, where I feel like it's so convoluted to try to do stuff sometimes. Alright, let's try it again. Depot it's $10. Void some warranties, bro. That's what I'm doing right now. How you doing, broski? If you want to check out another up-and-coming YouTuber, check out Depoets. He's a good dude. We got to meet each other over at CES. Unfortunately, there's no CES this year. Sucks. Hopefully Computex isn't canceled. That's probably my all-time favorite conference to go to is Computex. If you ever get to go to Taiwan, that's the time to go. Because every manufacturer you can think of is there. CES, if you can't go there, if you can't go on the other side of the world, the next best is to go to Vegas for CES, but that's kind of screwed. This guy cracked me up. Oh. Oh, yeah. Man, this 17,000 is like torture right now. It's killing me. Absolutely killing me. We are literally so close. I'm talking about with like within 15 points. Or 16 points, something around there. Let's see if this extra 5 megahertz on memory. No Gamescom? To be honest, so believe it or not, right? This year, 2020, was supposed to be the year where I go to pretty much every conference. Well, we all see how that turned out, so. The YouTube kiddo vibe? Just don't check me out. Tefun, what's up, buddy? Tefun's a YouTuber, too. I don't know what he's been up to lately. Alright. So, I think our paste is screwed. So what we're going to do is, we're not giving up right yet. Definitely not giving up right yet. We got to get 17,000, damn it. Oh, yeah, that's a good idea, too, Jim. Set high OS priority. I don't think it really makes a difference, but I'm just going to do it because I want to. All right, I got to get some juice first. The juice! We're getting low on LN2, guys. When this tank goes, the stream's done. Dunsky. We still have actually plenty of LN2. I'm just messing with you guys. I could use a coffee, actually. I might actually have to run and get LN2. Benman was working on booking my Computix trip right when the world shut down. Hope to go. Benman, thanks for the 10 bucks, broski. Hey, if you're into computer stuff, I cannot express how badass Computix is. It's like when you're a kid and you go to basically Toys R Us, or used to be able to go to Toys R Us. Basically, it's just, it's the coolest place. It's one of my favorite times. I just love it. Have you tried using Afterburner over PX1? Yes, I have. To be honest, I run into the same issues, so. I know I'm a noob tuber, but hit that CPU to 5.4 gigs. We actually should probably try that, right? It's not a bad idea, bro. Actually, anything at this point is probably good. So what I'm going to do is basically heat this up. Oh, I just noticed something interesting. I don't know if you guys checked that, but my CPU is running at 1.5 volts. So that's probably not good for the CPU running, so that might actually be an issue. I'm going to back that down to about 1.35. I thought I set that on memory, and I actually set it on CPU volts. So that's probably not doing me well. Oh. I need coffee! Alright, so if you guys are looking at my screen right now, I'm a little pissed off because I can't believe I have this set. So this is, I'll do maybe like 135. This chip is really good. A good chip is like 5.3 R15 at 1.3. That's what my chip runs. R15, 5.3. At 1.3 volts. That's well, it depends on your LLC. Your load line is the most important thing in overclocking. Actually, you know what we could do too is bump up a little bit of the cache. And we need to heat up, or not heat up, cool down. This one's full. We'll use that one. All right. Everything's set. Let's go to. Oh, it's already open. Task Manager. Details. Explore. Damn it, I can't alt tab. That's interesting. All right, we're just gonna get it all set up to go run. I didn't save the CPU changes. I'm pretty sure I did. Never hurts to double check, right? I gotta get LN2 anyway, so. 1.35, 5.4, and then, no, I said it. It's saved. All right, let's get some cold. Remember, we got to get it back to minus 125 again. All right. Let's try not to drop all the LN2 on the floor there, Joe. All right. So remember, guys, like and subscribe. And remember, we have contests over in Discord. I have a Discord that's set up through Patreon. That's an easier way to subscribe to the channel. I'm always on there. We have a good group over there that talks. We have contests and stuff, so it's highly recommended to go check out the Discord. I'm in there all the time. We talk and hang out with everybody. So if you want to get more and hang out and find out about overclocking even more, check out my Patreon. It also helps support the dream. Well, my dream is 17K right now, and it's driving me nuts. Oh, angle of attack, $5. Thanks, broski. Love your video. Will liquid metal? No, liquid metal sucks actually. So liquid metal is really good when you're in normal temps. So what I mean by normal temps is anything that's not subambient. So basically at subambient, leaves the kiddos a warm up. Where's the boy? What's it called? So basically at subambient, the properties change of liquid metal, and it just goes to shit. So yeah, if I don't even know how to say it. Vacate Productions. I remember the name. $5. What's up, Slacker? Just got here. Can you catch me up? So we're basically so close to 17,000. I can taste it. It's driving me nuts. Absolutely nuts. We're like 15 points away. Now we're at that point where like I'm limited because I don't have the voltage mod, which I'm going to do on Friday and share it with all the noob tubers, right? So, but yeah, we're like 15 points away, and I'm dying here. We can't do any more like clocks. I'm literally going like 5 megahertz on the memory because we can't like go any further. It just does this weird green screen effect. And that's because I need voltage, and liquid metal is bad for LN2. It's 16,980 something. We're just trying to get 17K at this point. I've already broken my scores that I had before. Uh-oh. Uh-oh! Not a good sign. Frozen. Damn it. Oh, that could be it, guys. Oh, I saw the EVGA has more KP dark boards. Kind of thinking of picking up. You should. They're a great board. I have one sitting in there I just got, to be honest. I don't know. We might have to close it down, broskies. One of the issues that I have with these, now we gotta set everything and go through everything again. Blah. Drives me nuts. Where were we at? We were at 1455. We were at 355, which is basically 2455. Bump up power, keep at 0. That should be good. Let's do this. We're gonna bump this. I don't know. We could be running into the issue right now where the card is wet. That's the tough part. And when that happens, to save the card, to make sure that we don't kill the card, we might have to break down. I'm going to try to do a couple more runs, but it's not looking good at this time. And to be honest, we did pretty good. Even if we don't hit 17K, I mean, God, we are so damn close. It's killing me. Absolutely killing me. All right, let's see. What are we at? We have minus 100. Get it a little bit colder. It's a good sign that it's actually getting hotter like that. That means the paste, the paste between the pot and the die is still good, which is good. All right, so let's kill Explorer. I don't know, maybe a fresh run will do it. Let's see. Let's get it colder, though. Oh, look at that pouring. Woo! Yeah, buddy. You can tell when I'm in the zone, huh? The one thing that drives me about it... Oh, I did reset the CPU. Well, we'll go on the next run. CPU really doesn't matter all that much. I mean, it might help a little bit, but... Oh, shit. That means it's at 1.5 volts, though. That means I gotta fix the BIOS on that. Shit. Good reminder, though. Appreciate it, John. Can you just bribe the voltage goblin? I wish there was a voltage goblin on graphic cards. It would be absolutely epic, actually. Yeah, 500 off without mods. Not too shabby at all, I think. $121. Come on, baby. Let's see 17K. Two things. Can you share your volt mod with us? I have the EVC2, just not sure how to hook. You can't hook it up. So you probably weren't on before. So basically, these cards, the 3080 and the 3090. So basically, this 3090, the For the Win, is what's called an analog card. So the EVC works with digital. So you're not really going to be able to do it. You can hook it up to a couple points. I'll share the voltage mod, which it should work for the 3080 versus the 3090. But I don't know it totally works. I have what I have to do with it. It's just I haven't gone and actually tested it. Now, the thing with Afterburner, I've tested both. And to be honest, I've actually scored higher with precision. So I might have to go back and forth. I don't know. Maybe we'll try Afterburner in a little bit. Just because we're so limited right now, like we can't go any higher on any clocks. Like I could probably push maybe 10 more megahertz on memory without it failing, but who knows. All right, come on, baby. 3. No, that looks like a low 900 score. Yeah, like I said. Damn it. Let's see. So let's go with the CPU. Let's see if that will make a difference. We'll do 1.4 here. The whole point is that memory was supposed to be at 1.5. So what we'll do is we'll do 5.4 here. And then I'm going to do 4.7. And we'll try again. Sometimes by doing multiple runs, you'll get higher scores too, so. All right. Oi, let's see. We're getting there, broskies. All right, Windows has protocol control over OS. You probably disable it. It can run unless you activate it. I don't even know what we're talking about. Oh, but anyway, so I'll have voltage mods for you guys. Also, how to do basically. Oh shit. So it looks like the CPU is unstable. That's why it hung last time. Got to use the new Afterburner beta though. That's the one I was using actually. Aye. So that was CPU stability, not GPU. So it doesn't seem like we can run 5.4 for some reason. You know what? Maybe it's actually cache. So maybe we'll try 5.4 on the CPU and just keep 4.5 on the cache. I didn't notice much of a difference with cache. So. What we'll do is I'll try one more run like this, and then what I'll do is I'll try Afterburner. Maybe that's gonna give us some golden stuff. Who knows? 355. To be honest, I'm getting wiped. You gotta figure I worked a 10-hour day and then I did this too, so sometimes it kicks my ass. So we're gonna save this as profile 5. So that way I don't have to keep touching stuff. I do love that ICX where I can check out the coolers. Okay, so we were gonna go in here. I'm just gonna keep 1.5 volts maybe. just seems like too much to me. We'll do 145. Do 145 here. Try 5-4. Nope, hosed. Hosed! Ugh! No, so the 5-4 is basically what's causing the problems. Yeah, we're completely locked. Damn it. Oh, this is not good for the card either. Try to get it so that way it's not so cold. What's my full-time job? I'm basically a developer. You would think I was some type of lumberjack or something, but no. Oh, 1.5 is just, to be honest, I don't think it's that stable. I'm just going to keep it the way it is. I'm going to actually try cash a little bit, to be honest. I don't know, I'm probably going to have to heat the GPU up enough since we're messing around. Oh shit, that's not the right one. It didn't save? 1455. That's alright. I don't mind putting it in because then I remember what I put. Because sometimes you'll have that issue where you don't remember what the hell you put. Alright. We'll just try one and we'll do some V-clock. Yeah, I think what we're going to have to do is going to end up having to do, oh, we need to keep that. Alright, what are my temps at before I go crazy? We're going to end up trying Afterburner next, I think. I might have to heat up again. Golf cart, bumper cars mechanic. Hell, I would love to work on bumper cars. Port Royal runs on a 1060, really? I don't think I ever tried. Alright, so what we're going to do is kill. Let's see how this works. I'm hoping that we don't have to heat up again. That would suck. That would suck. I'm just hoping that the Volt mod actually helps me out. Sounds like a slacker. Oh, I'm slacking. I'm always slacking. Now I'm just a tired slacker. Actually, I'm thirsty. To be honest, I'm just trying to set real time on 3D Mark. Just to try to get anything. I'm only 15 points, so technically running it again will just go crazy. I have a wonky chopped up together PowerShell script to clean my OS. You know, that's not a bad idea. I probably should do that with the PowerShell. I write PowerShell scripts too. I write .NET, C#, SQL. I do LDAP programming. I do a lot of web services. I do lots of stuff, man. So I should do a PowerShell script that just basically does it, but I don't know. I'm slacking. This is not a bare bones. Usually for 3D, I try not to use a bare bones one. Because you never, you really have to step down and kind of go through a lot of different stuff. That doesn't mean you can't. It's just you got to be careful what you take out. You got to basically go through it. I know the score to beat, 17K flat. That is, well, dude, I can't even get 17K flat right now. It's killing me. Hey, Mr. 4790K is on right there. To be honest, it's been driving me nuts. I've had to tell 100 people it doesn't matter on the CPU. It's kind of funny, actually. Is reapplying thermal paste, Steve Reed, $5. Is thermal paste and pads worth the while? I think so. When we took off, the two cards that we actually took off the cooler on, seemed like it was really, really hard. Oh, man. We're going to have to heat up. That looked like a pretty good run, though. Yeah, I would recommend doing it. I don't really like that thermal paste junk that they put on the VRM. That's not my style. I would like to have a pads and stuff. Let's see. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go keep these clocks. I'm gonna keep this going, and we're gonna heat up again. So time to break out the torch again. I love this ICX because this can tell me exactly what to do. It's what's nice about these EVGA cards. Here, a fiber towards the LN2. Just make sure you don't drink it. 17K soon for sure. Thanks, Budline. I appreciate it for the $5, broski. Every little bit helps. Man, we are so close to 17K, like I can taste it. It's like 15 points, man. We might have to just... Says, new paste hasn't shown any results. Well, here's the thing. So, Noter JY. It also depends on what paste you're using. A lot of paste, there's paste out there that you think would be good. It's not good. I personally like the KP paste. I always see an improvement on CPU more than any others. So, on these cards, I highly recommend the KP, KPX. And that's the stuff. Yeah, I know. Dude, I'm 15 points from 17K. Oh, you went back 15 points? Yeah. At this point, I'm just playing around. We're so close on it that I think I was at 16,985 or something, or 84. So I thought the Bowers showed that at least with the Asus cards. Yes, well, the Asus cards are basically digital PWM. So you can just attach the EVC. But I think that's one of the problems with the Asus cards, too, for overclocking, is that they're also a digital... There's something in that digital PWM that usually doesn't overclock as well. So... most of the Asus cards, I don't know, man. I've had a couple. They usually... don't overclock as much as the others, and I guess we don't know for sure because Asus hasn't really changed much, so I don't know. It's hard to say, but that's why I'd rather go with the EVGA cards. It's just what it is. Joe convinced Slacker Bud to finally tear apart a 1080 Ti, drop 10C. Yeah. Always replaced. What's my opinion on Thermal Grizzly? So, on air... the Hydronaut does worse than KPX. I got about 40 megahertz higher than Thermal Grizzly Hydronaut on air with KPX. That's 40 megahertz on a 10900K. And I was 80 megahertz higher. I was able to overclock 80 megahertz higher on KPX versus Cryonaut on air. So you tell me if that's better or not. If I can get about 40 megahertz, almost 50 megahertz, that's good enough to me, for me. Now, I just started testing DeBauer's new stuff. So, I don't know. That stuff looked pretty good, but I haven't tested it on air. On liquid nitrogen, it seems pretty good. The card still hits a power limit. Oh, I'm sure. Says, my brother's Asus Cache doesn't like the overvolt. The card still hits a power limit. Did you guys mod the power limit on there? Or did you just do EVC? When I grow up, I want to be like you. Be careful what you wish for. I kid. I try to be as good as possible. Sometimes I get myself into trouble anyways. Just what happens. I'm like a big kid. I just like to have fun. I want to enjoy my life here. My Asus cards have overclocked better than my EVGA cards, but my old Gigabyte Aorus 1080 was the best. It really depends, man. There's so many. You could have like the best card, like a KP card, and have the worst GPU on it. But what I've noticed over the years too is that a lot of GPUs have shitty paste. And when I mean shitty, I mean really shitty. So what I do is I always replace my paste. It's just what I do. I've had KPs come, brand new KPs, and they run wonky, right? And then all of a sudden I take the card apart and I look at the paste and there's not all contact on the paste. So, I mean, there's so many variables that could happen. It just is. That's crazy. I might have to get that shit myself from now on. What thermal solution do you recommend for 9700? Liquid metal or KP? The Cryonaut I can't recommend on air or water because it does way worse. I'm telling you, it was like around 80 megahertz, I think. I wasn't able to overclock the same setup. It was about like 8 degrees hotter on Cryonaut. I mean, it just was really bad. I was actually surprised. Hydronaut was about in the middle. It went Cryonaut, Hydronaut, and then KPX was just so much better than all of them. Would you say there's a 550 limit on the card somewhere? It could be internal limit. So maybe try a couple different BIOSes on the card. I'm gonna hard mod this card fully, so we'll see if there's no extra limit on the BIOS. I have a feeling that PCIe is probably a problem. So I don't know. It's hard to say. I'll know more on Friday. So is that a must with GPUs? Replacing the paste is a must on GPUs. Like, seriously, I can't just tell you how much I recommend it. Like, it makes a huge difference. And just to guarantee that it's working is pretty much good enough for me. Just as long as it's working properly and cool. Because there's nothing worse than trying to get something running and then it just doesn't work, right? I've had cards that are brand new that went to shit, and all I did was replace the paste, and it works. So, just be careful when you're taking apart a GPU. I mean, just be careful. I mean, it's not too difficult. You just got to make sure you take your time, and then you should be fine. Yeah, I'm excited for the hard mod because the reason why I do liquid nitrogen before I do any modding is because I don't know if you guys have seen my my zombie cards. So basically, I have a card over there that's a Titan X Pascal. When Titan X Pascal first came out, I basically e-powered memory and GPU on that card. And you know what happened? Is when I put it on liquid nitrogen, the memory didn't like cold. So I couldn't get any colder than minus 50. So all of that work that I put in just screwed everything. Eternal Dreamers, KPX is good for an everyday system. Yes. Totally is. I use it on my daily systems. It's the only paste I use now. So, and I'm going to be doing some paste videos. I have like a whole box of maybe 50 different pastes. And I'm going to do a compare videos. I'm just working out the format. Time is just really shitty right now, so. But yeah, so the reason why I always test them on liquid nitrogen is to see what kind of limit they have. You're a poet and didn't know it. I see what you did there. Hey, I try to do what I can. Sometimes it just comes out natural. What can I say? It says, find a teardown for your card and go slow. I got mine done in an hour. Yeah, it's not bad. To be honest, I love tearing down cards. It's kind of one of the funnest things I do. I mean, it's just fun. I like taking things apart. Like, I do it with everything, to be honest. Like, no joke, literally everything. I just like I'd like to see how things work. That's how I've gotten into, all the things that I do. That's how you learn, too. The only way you're going to learn is by doing stuff. What do we got here? Come on, baby. 83, 80. I don't know if it's enough. It's going to be close. Ugh. Still not right there yet. Let's try. Let me just try this. Actually, I like this song. All right. Man, that 17 is teasing me. Yeah, I think Optimus, everything that comes with Optimus now is KPX paste. So, I've talked to him about it too. And if a company, I think EK might be doing something. I heard something. Did I not change cache? Oh well, it's too late. Maybe we'll do it on the next run. Last time I checked, cache didn't do anything though. I use thermal grizzly. It depends on what thermal grizzly you use. The Hydronaut actually works better. What the hell happened here? On air and water, the Hydronaut actually works better than the Cryonaut. The Cryonaut I would only use on cold. It really is not good on water. I mean, it will work, it will do the job, but if I'm losing megahertz and it runs hotter, I don't want that on my machine. I mean, one of the biggest bangs for the buck that you can get is paste. I mean, if you're going to spend 20 bucks for paste and that gets you an extra 50 megahertz, dude, that's performance, free performance. Car guys would love to get that. You know how many guys, like car guys, got like air cleaners and shit and spent like $500-600 and you're spending 30 bucks for paste? Because it's funny because I hear people complain about the price of the paste all the time. And man, it's just good stuff. You gotta pay to play. It's funny because when I hear a lot of people complain about it, it's almost hilarious because they'll spend $2,000 on a card, but they won't spend that extra 30 bucks to make that card run better. I know you guys want to try Afterburner. We'll try Afterburner after this run. So if we get a good run in here and we don't beat 1700, oh shit, the Rays are playing. Oh man, I want to watch that game and I'm not gonna be able to. I can't show that game and then stream with you guys. I just got my For the Win Ultra and now I'm ordering KPX to put it on before installing it. Well, here's the thing. Before you do the paste, just a pro tip, check your card before you go because you don't want to take it apart if it's DOA because then you'll have an issue. So Daredevil, make sure you check your card first, run some tests on it, and then put the paste on. Because I've actually had that happen before where I went to replace the paste and then all of a sudden the card didn't work. And then I was in the issue where I had to like RMA the card. And luckily, EVGA, it was an EVGA card. I bought a KP off this kid that won it in a contest. And when I took it apart, I basically put paste on it and I put it back together and it didn't work. So you don't want to be in that scenario. Me, I have some connections that I might be able to work. But you guys, make sure, like, I want to make sure you guys are taken care of. So make sure you just do that extra due diligence. Oh, I still don't think that's there. Damn it. So I'm going to get some more LN2 and then we'll try Afterburner. It's funny too, when we actually get some voltage mods, yeah, you guys need to tell me what's going on with the Rays game. So if you guys don't know, I'm a huge baseball fan. I'm a big Rays fan too. So I'm actually a Met and a Rays fan, but I became a Rays fan when the last time they went to a World Series because I was pissed off at the Mets because they suck so bad. They blew it. They were in first place and blew it they had like a lead by 15 games. And then the one year I was like, you know what, I'm going to become a Rays fan. And they went to the World Series. They lost in the World Series, but still, it was a hell of a season. Oh, let's see. So I'm kind of sad. I didn't even get to watch game 1. All right, so what we're going to do is we'll try Afterburner. So what I'm going to do, shit, I don't remember this interface. How do you set defaults? There we go. All right, core clock, we're going to do 355. We're going to try the same ones and see if it makes a difference, right? Core voltage, we're going to plus 100. Power limit, go all the way. And memory clocks, we're going to do 14. We'll do 1460. Make me feel better about myself. All right, and apply. Yeah, because here's the thing with Afterburner. I actually had the opposite effect. When I was playing with it, I basically had issues where I was getting a lower score than I was with Precision. So that might change now, maybe because I'm on a different driver. So let's see. Man, to get these constantly, like, so close to 17. As a Cubs fan, I feel that. Ooh, yeah, Cubs fan, that's tough, bro. Oh, the Mets do suck, bro. They were terrible this year. Absolutely the worst. Oops, I need to run it cold. Whoops. Yeah, I'm kind of disappointed in myself the Mets suck so bad. But now we have new owners, so maybe we're going to actually be good then. So we will see. All right. I really need voltage to go colder. The other thing is, when you have voltage, you can actually get a little bit more cold because the paste won't crack, right? I've said it a bunch of times in the stream in general. That's why I'm so excited to do voltage mods on Friday. We're just going to do a video on it, spend the whole day, and then I'll probably release the video on Friday night. That's if it's working. Sometimes it takes a lot of different issues. Or sometimes you never know what issues you run into. I had the same issue with, see, with Afterburner. But I don't know. Hey, at least the Cubs have won a World Series like a couple years ago. The Mets haven't won one since 1986. I'm starting to think that no matter what, I'll probably never see one. Yeah, keep on giving me details of this Rays game. I'm good as long as the Yankees don't win. I totally agree with that. I've watched World Series when the Yankees in there just so that they would lose. I have a lot of buddies. Growing up, I had a lot of friends that were Yankee fans, and I was always a Met fan. And I'm loyal. I'm a diehard. I'll tell you they suck. There's not much you can do. Oh, yeah, I know. I'm going to have to do efficiency testing. Where's the thermal probe? It's actually in the pot. Each GPU pot is different. On this pot, it's right behind the where it goes on the card. I don't know. I don't know if that's enough. Maybe that limit is in precision that we have right now. So maybe... Ooh, that wasn't that bad. We'll just save it because I can. 16... Oh, we already have a 16966 score. Well, we'll replace it. All right, so I'm going to try to advance the clocks a little bit, right? I think what I'm going to end up having to do is I'm going to have to shut down the damn system and basically go, I'm a Chiefs fan too. That's funny. I've been a Chiefs fan for years, bro. Growing up from Buffalo, New York, but was both Yankees and a Met fan. There's no such thing, broski. All right, we're going to try 360. 360 gives me insta-fail. So we're going to try... Was that... Yeah, that was core. Let's try that. I don't know. Maybe the issue is precision. That has been a problem in the past. There's sometimes that I haven't been able to use precision. Just because I like EVGA graphic cards doesn't mean I like their software, if you know what I'm saying. Okay, so efficiency testing is basically when you run. So you see how we're going for scores now? Before you get into liquid nitrogen, what you do is you basically, on air, you do all your driver testing. Certain drivers are going to be faster than others. You're going to do your, not just driver settings, but you want to disable services, certain tasks you want to remove. You might want to play with the driver settings. Some are better than the others. Some will just totally kill you. So, oh, let's see. What are we at? 116. Do you know a ball thrower named Hutch from the Mets? Ooh. Recent? Hutch. Why does that sound familiar? I don't know. What's sad is this year, I didn't really watch all that much baseball. It's kind of, ugh. Yeah, the Chiefs are awesome now. Mahomes actually, gave me faith back in football. See if we can get an actual run here. I don't know. I'm Australian. Shane, you're killing me, broski. Australia's got baseball, though. Come on, baby. Nope, that's that same green error. I get an instant driver failure on this. Anytime I do it. Ugh. So that means we gotta push memory. So I get the same issue. At least I know it's not me. Reset the driver. All right. So what I'm thinking, we're going to keep at 355 again because that's where it just fails, right? With voltage, that should not be a problem. So power limit, and then we need to, let's do 1460. And that should be good. Hopefully the paste didn't crack. Let's see. Oh. If you can get Port Royal third show to bump frames, you'll improve average, right? I'm not sure what that means. Bryce Hutchinson. It sounds familiar. I don't know, man. I haven't been paying attention to baseball lately. To be honest, the Mets suck so bad I try not to watch. Andy Reid coming over was a big change. I actually liked Andy Reid. I'm not a big Philly fan, but I think he made a huge difference. I am an Andy Reid fan. I don't know. She might be Dunsky. Dutch, I'll see you later, broski. Yeah, what do you mean third show? I don't know what that means, broski. The third... I like the skin for Afterburner in the latest version. It's neon. Well, it's funny. I don't know if you guys know, but any tips for growing the beard? Yeah, you want to make sure it doesn't get dry. That's basically the worst thing for a beard is getting dry. So make sure you use like a coconut oil. Any type of stuff like that usually works wonders. Yeah, I think we're going to have to kill it, guys. This is the time where I'm not going to kill the stream yet. I'm going to show you some stuff, but the card is pretty much too wet at this point, and I don't want to risk it too much because this card is actually really badass. So what we're going to end up doing is we're going to end up chilling a little bit on this card. We're going to heat it up, and I'm going to show you basically what to do on what I do with the card after, because there's a lot of stuff that you can do here, But to be able to go and actually bench all the time, I want to show you how to keep your card alive, right? So obviously I'm going to heat up. We probably had a driver failure. Actually, I'll just reset because we're going to break down. I'll show you what to do as far as basically breaking down. And I missed Stig. What'd you say, Boski? Let's see. Stig, a friend of mine actually put his you-know-what into LN2 pot. Not a good time. Oh, man. I don't even know what to say about that. That sucks for him because that gotta hurt. If you want to grow a beard, don't cut it. That's the other thing. Most people can't handle having a beard on a certain amount. Once you get past it, oils help a lot. So basically when you're going and messing with it, oil helps the itching. Once you get past that part, it's like smooth sailing. Can you show up a sneak peek into the Voltmon? There's not really much I can show with it. Basically, it's going to probably involve... to be honest, it's basically easier for me to show. Basically, all the controllers on this card are the same, so you're going to have to mod them all the same way. The problem is that there's 3 different controllers, and there's 3 different resistors that I'm going to have to pull. Moisture isn't a worry with these cards. I cooked mine. How drunk was he? What is that? Raise 680. What does 680 mean? What does 680 mean? So number 1, I told you Joe was a Metro 6. So rule number 1, when we're heating up, we never pull the card out at really cold. Alright. So we're at minus 39 degrees right now. What we're going to do is we always go to between plus 20 and plus 30. Now what this does is it makes sure the slot heats up a little bit so it's not so ice. I've literally seen people pull the card off when it's cold and take the slot with it. So you want to be careful when you go. So rule number 1, always heat it up before you pull the card. Because there's sometimes when you can, sometimes you might want to, but this is raise 6 to 3 in the bottom of the 7th. Sweet! Yeah, the next thing I think I'm going to do is basically pull this card down and just run some efficiency testing to see if I can get some more out of it. I'm kind of slacking on it. I didn't do full efficiency testing. It's because nobody posted a decent score on air for me to beat, so... Plus 20. Now, because that's so hot, what you can do is that's basically... Dodgers fan, huh? Hey, it's okay. My buddy, actually, my buddy is a Dodgers fan. We have a little bet going on who's going to win, so... It's all good as long as you support baseball or support a team and loyal to a team. I just don't like those people that be like, yeah, I'm a Yankee fan, but don't know anything about baseball. That's the shit that drives me nuts. All right. So you got to power down. Pull everything off. Remember, you want to be around plus 20 or plus 30. Those YouTuber guys better be paying attention if you're going to do it. Just saying. Or just cheat and use Windows. You can't use Windows 7 for Port Royal. Which is kind of lame. I actually liked Windows 7. It was one of my favorite OSs. I actually liked Vista, too. And Windows 8.1 was decent, if you did Classic. Ordered KP and taken apart the loop to repaste everything. Awesome, broski. Also, it depends on how you apply paste, too. So you can either write it down. I like to do an X, right? We'll just squeeze out. It takes out all the air. That's one of my favorites. 16985 ain't bad. Have a good night. Thanks for the stream, Slacker. Nick, thanks for the 1698, broski. That's pretty awesome that you did that. I like that. I see what you did there. That's pretty cool. I missed most of the stream. How's it been going so far? We actually did really good. My highest score previously was 16,903. And we were able to get 16,985. So close, I think I'm going to have to work on some efficiency testing, and we're going to end up having to hammer it out. So now that we got the card done, basically what I'm showing right now is that after the LN2, what do you do, right? Most guys show, yeah, you can do liquid nitrogen, but what do you have to do to make sure you save the card, right? Because this card is soaking wet. We got ice and all bunch of stuff over it, right? So what I like to do, number one, we heat up, see how it's 30 degrees. Now we can pull the card up. Before I do that, I want to show you something. So this is my little invention. And it's kind of funny because I don't know if Mustangs by Matt is here, but he sent something to Gamers Nexus and I stole the box. But anyway, make sure there's no addresses on here. We don't want to be sending any funky stuff. So basically what I do is I have a box, right? It's funny if Mustangs by Matt actually sees this. I'll give it, if you want to check him out, Mustangs by Matt. But basically what I do is I create two holes, right? We got one hole here and one hole here. Now the hole is for a hair dryer. Yeah. You can tell how tired I am because now I'm talking all weird sorts of weird shit. So you look here. Actually, yeah, I got a good idea. Let's move over. Oh, be careful what you ask for, broski. So you'll see I have the box. So Mustangs by Matt, check him out. Good dude. He sent this to over at Gamers Nexus and I stole the box. So what we do is we basically put one hole on the side and we stick the hair dryer in. We tape it so it stays. And then what I do is I basically put the card in here and I'll close the top of the box. Now you want Mustangs by Matt, you have to check the YouTube one. I'll have to put it in the description after. This one's to vent. You want one to vent because what you're going to do is you're going to put it on low. So on here, what I'll do is I'll just basically put it on low and I'll just set it and let it run for like 10-15 minutes. What it's going to do is it's going to heat up the card and to make it's going to take any more moisture out of it. It's kind of almost like baking it in a way, right? That way we take out all the moisture because if you don't get that moisture out, the next time you bench the card, that moisture could kill something. I've seen it before and it's kind of annoying, but it happens, right? So the whole point is that you spend all this money for these cards, you want to make sure it survives, right? So after every time that I bench, where's the thing? Oh, there we go. See? So every time I bench this thing, now you can leave the pot on if you want. You want to be careful sometimes leaving the pot on because sometimes if you bend the card a little bit, sometimes if you bend the card a little bit, it will kind of form the card that way, so you want to be a little bit careful. This one's pretty tight, but not that tight. You can tell like it's actually pretty flat right here. So what I'll do is, number one, there's going to be a lot of water in here, so if you see, I think most of it poured out on accident when I go. And basically what I'm going to do is I'm just going to throw this in here. Not throw it, but I'm going to basically place it in here. And I'm going to turn that on and just let it run. And it's going to heat it all up. Just be careful what you're going to use. You don't want to overheat the card. You don't want to get really like crazy with it. You just want to get it so that way the card's nice and dry. And not only are you getting the card nice and dry, but you also want to make sure inside the pot is nice and dry. So the next time you run the bench, you want to make sure you have no water in here, because if you have water in here, it's going to affect how the liquid nitrogen soaks into the GPU pot. So, but yeah, so I'm just going to pop this in here. Like I told you guys, I put a couple paper towels down too, because usually it's pretty soaked, and I don't want to soak the box. So I'll put a couple paper towels down. I'll put the card in, and I'll put the card in pot down because you don't want to have that much pressure. These pots are very heavy, the liquid nitrogen pots, so you want to be a little careful of the card because the card's just a PCB and you can break it. Also, depending on the probe you're using, these KP probes can attach to you, so make sure you put that out of the way. I'll just throw it in the box so that way I don't accidentally hit it on my, like, catch it on my pants or something. You'd be surprised. I know Vince killed one of his best 1080 Ti's before like that. It's kind of crazy. So you want to be careful. You kind of don't want to do something stupid. But sometimes it happens, so don't be mad at yourself if you end up doing something stupid. Things happen. What is that term? Shit happens and then you die. Have you watched any World Rally Championships before? Well, I actually had a lot of friends in the racing world. I used to travel around with a couple of Formula Drift teams. So I know a bunch of people from Formula Drift. I know a couple guys that used to do, not WRC, but a bunch of stuff in Europe too. My buddy Kenny Moen used to be a Norway driver. He's pretty damn awesome. I'm sad because I haven't seen him. I haven't got to see him in a while. Shit. I got to find another thing. Hey. I need a plug. I need power. All right, guys. I think I'm going to shut down the stream. Yeah, I've had enough, man. I worked 10 hours, and then we did probably, 3 hours on here, messed around with an hour. So I am exhausted. Yeah, the camera's on the slider. Oh, well, happy old birthday, broski. So, but anyways, I'm going to kill the stream. Slackers, hey, remember, you can help support the channel by just liking and subscribing alone. But also, if you want to get depth, hang out with me a bunch, check out Patreon. It gives you access to Discord, and I'm pretty much in there every day, so it's a great place. We have a good group of guys over there, so check it out and come over. Also, if you want to check out buy shirts, that helps too. I'm slacking behind on it, so I want to get that done on Friday too. So if you want to buy a shirt, I got sweatshirts, t-shirts. I only do US, so it's kind of hard to ship stuff. It's kind of shitty. But other than that, broskies, it was a great time. We didn't hit that 17,000, but we sure as hell got close. So I guarantee you with the mods, we'll hit 17K, and we'll do well. But I had a blast. I hope you had a blast. And I'm just tired. You guys rock. I love you, slackers. And just make sure, always remember, if you're not having fun, you're not doing it right. So, slacker out. You guys enjoy, and I will see you next time. Remember, mod video on Friday. Later, slackers.